Hi everybody, welcome here. So, Sagar is here. We just had a tournament, University 1, and right now
Hello, welcome to this
I
live
had told him I'm gonna start the
broadcast.
stream. You please take 2 minutes rest, but he doesn't want to listen. He comes here, he starts the stream.
It is Anish Giri versus Wesley So,
And
Magnus Carlsen versus Jan Nepomnessian.
and
Wow,
Anish is white in the first game. It's already begun. We have e4 on the board. Rile up is. Let's
Amruta.
go.
First of all,
We
I
don't
have
have a
had,
Sicilian on the board.
I have had, great pleasure in
Yes.
watching Wesley So's games. They have been simply phenomenal. He's one of the strongest rapid players out there,
I
at least
agree.
online.
I agree with
How
you.
do you think is Anish going to get the better of him? I mean, it's going to be very difficult.
Right now, Anish is in tremendous form. Okay. Of course, both the players are very tired. That's the reason we are also seeing certain errors even in Wesley's games now. So that's why we can definitely say if Anish plays at his peak, and even if Wesley is at his peak, it's going to be a very, very interesting match. Also, the opening preparation. Wesley is really known for his computer opening preparation. And now, Anish also with his neural network preparation. Let's
We already
see.
have the anti-Berlin in the first round. So, guys, what happens is after knight f6, black is threatening to take the pawn on e4 to go into the Berlin endgame. But after d3, bishop c5, d3 is the anti-Berlin. Then you take. Now you are still not threatening to take the pawn on e5. The reason for that is that after knight e5, I want the chat to answer. What is the problem here, guys? Black to play.
Haven't you asked this question to the chat?
Yeah, keep asking them all the time. It should be
Revising,
like,
yeah,
revision,
revising. Okay,
revision,
cool.
guys.
Then, guys, let's see who answers very quickly. Welcome everybody, Anand Joshi, Akshay Mohan, Nightbot, welcome Demolition Gaming, Iron Man, Anand Maurya, Yash Yadav, Satvik Verma.
Why are you welcoming Nightbot?
He does a good work, yeah, he does good work.
Yeah, guys, don't sell yourself too cheaply with bishop f2 because after king f2, queen d4, yes, you win back the piece, but why not just go directly queen d4?
Yes, Akshay Mohan got it right. The first one, Akshay, Jitesh, Satvik, Arpan, Kingslayer, Rohan, Rishil.
Well done, guys.
Perfect, guys, perfect.
So after first he castled, now he's threatening to win the pawn. That's how you remember your openings. Knight d7, saving it. c3, castles, d4. Very, very direct. So Wesley goes back bd6 and he says, if you take, I'll take with the knight.
Right.
So he went bishop g5. This is all Anish's preparation.
Okay.
Bishop h4, queen e7. It's very solid. Knight bd2, queen f7, bishop g3. So all the pressure on the e5 point here. And now rook e8. And white goes queen to c2. So Amruta, here I feel that if at some point black takes e takes d4, then after c takes d4, white is happy with this central pawns.
I think so.
But if he does not take, then white can threaten to take on e5. But right now it's not a good idea because the knight takes. But
Right,
if
and you don't want the knight. Knight on d7 is blocking the bishop on c8. So you don't want to do that.
So that is the reason why right now you want to kind
Yeah,
of get
bishop
this bishop
c8.
out.
Ha.
So he played a5.
Oh, is he gonna go b5
No,
or
maybe,
b6?
maybe b6 and bishop a6 could be an
More
idea.
solid. Okay.
And he played b3. Look at Anish now. Anish's time on the clock is 16 minutes 26 seconds. All preparation, guys. All preparation.
So you mean, Sagar, if black goes for b6 here, then you can go c4 and bishop a6 still has no scope. So that's why finally he takes ed.
Shall we
Maybe
take?
knight d4 is also possible, Sagar. What do you think?
Not
Which
really.
one?
Not really. I think bishop d6 should be seriously considered. Bishop d6.
Oh, you want to, you're okay with this pawn coming to the center?
Yeah, and then cd4.
Okay, so this is what is your suggestion. Takes, cd4. And then we have two knights versus a knight and a bishop. But huge development advantage. Two move.
not really developmental advantage, but you know, the very fact that you have some space in the center.
Yeah. ED4, ED4. Correct.
So, you
And
know,
you
Anish,
cannot go this pawn because c6 is hanging. Actually, I like this position for white after bishop d6, cd6. Slowly.
he
It's
has
sinking in.
he is thinking here, so that's why he's taking his chance. He's thinking whether he should take with the pawn, take the bishop. But meanwhile, let's quickly catch a glance of
Magnus.
Carlson versus
Sure.
Nepo. So Carlson with the white opens d4. I'm always interested to see what
I'm
Carlson has
going to
up his
today
sleeve.
bring my laptop so that I know the openings.
Okay, Amruta. Okay. d5, knight c3, dc4, guys. e4. Okay, interesting stuff. Now b5. Ooh. If you take, I'll take the pawn on e4, queen a4, c6, knight c3, knight takes c3, bc3, bishop a6. He takes on c4, bishop c4, queen c4, and Magnus Carlsen telling his opponent, hey, look here, you have a weak pawn on c6. What are you going to do? Nepomnessian says, yeah, one weakness in life is okay, you know, I'm fine. There's no big deal. I'll go queen c7, I'll go knight c7, I'll play c5, I'll go rook c8, rook b8. This is great position. Now, the world champion has to prove how is he going to take advantage of this very, very small edge that he could have. I don't think there is enough. So, here it seems as if the position is equal out of the opening. Meanwhile, Anish Giri did not go for bishop takes d6, undoubling the pawns, and he takes back on d4. Now, his central pawns look very, very strong. At the same time, he is threatening knight c4, perhaps after taking or just like that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Wesley So when he's put under pressure. Oh, we have Dino from Philippines here. Hello, Dino. Also, you know, Wesley So, guys, grew up, although he represents America now, USA, he grew up in the Philippines. Ooh, bishop takes g3. Now let's take back. H takes g3. Anish still thinking actually. He takes back at g3 and knight goes to b6. It's, you know, the thing is that white has this beautiful central pawns and black has these pawns on the side of the board. So who is better? That is the question. But these two pawns are like, you know, these scanners. You can't enter easily. You can't push. You can't go. And in the chat, guys, how many of you here are supporting Anish Giri? How many of you are supporting Wesley So? Welcome, welcome, Sujit. Nice to see you. Jacob Thomas has put here. I don't know whom to root, Wesley or Anish. I like both. Anish, AG all the way. Oh, a lot of AG fans. AG. Anish Giri. Oh, nice. The chat, although I do see some Wesley So fans as well, but if Amruta was here with her percentage-o-meter, she would have said 95% fans for Anish, it seems.
95%.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, lot of AG fans, but you know, Wesley So, of course, everyone loves him. It's just that Anish is more popular and he's facing Wesley today. Otherwise, a lot of people like Wesley as well. So now,
So Sagar, but you know what? This bishop h4 we have seen with in Ali Reza Firuza versus Wesley So, where 1 second.
Wesley was black.
Yes, Wesley was black.
Oh, this was
in
already
that game.
seen.
Yeah, 10th move bishop h4. Wesley had played queen e7 there.
Yeah, he played queen e7 again.
Yes, and rook e1 had happened. In
okay.
this
He
case,
went
of course, knight bd2 happened.
So this was played in September
2020,
2020.
September 2020.
Okay,
Yes,
now
right.
Wesley So goes to g4. He says my bishop cannot be kicked out from here. It's a nice square for my bishop. Your knight does not have the e5 square nor the g5 square. So what's your plan, Anish? Anish says, I don't know. I'm just going to put my rook on e1. Maybe my other rook goes to d1 or c1. But then what next? See h6. Wesley so asking his opponent, what is your plan? I think Anish Giri has to think, what is he going to do? Amruta, what do you see as a plan for white here?
Yes, I'm trying to understand. Maybe at some point I would, with my knight on d2, I would go to c4, trying to put pressure also on a5, where if black captures on c4, I'm very happy with b takes c4 and putting pressure on
True.
the b file, or getting c5, then d5 or e5, something like that.
I
That's
like
one thing.
Anish's idea though. He
Rook
puts his
e3.
rook on e3 with a very clear intention
Yes.
of bringing the other rook to e1. At the same time, his rook defends the pawn on b3.
Right.
And he is angling for the e5 move. I think somewhere he wants to push e5 at the right moment.
Do you think he will go back with the knight on f3 to h2 and even try to place anything which is a little rash, like f4 g4?
I don't
Or a
think
doubtful,
so. I don't
doubtful.
think so.
Okay.
And also, one question by Aman, who is here, has asked a very interesting question, that why did after bishop takes g3, Anish not play f takes g3, because it opens the rook. It's a very, very plausible option. It's not at all a bad move, but it's just that you feel somehow these two pawns little disconnected, and there's a rule which says try to capture towards the center like this, which not always works. So I
Yes.
wouldn't say FG3 was bad.
But also the pawn islands. Yeah, you don't want 3 pawn islands with the 2 knights there.
So rook e3, rook e7, rook e1, rook e8. Wow. Wow. But Amruta.
Now a5 looks weak, huh?
Yes,
Queen
guys.
c3.
Oh, nice.
What
I
would-
wanted to ask
Very
the guys.
sorry. Is that a good move?
Yeah, beautiful move, Amruta. Well done. Queen c3. Amruta in great form today. Oh, I can't make my queen move there. Yes, queen c3, hitting the a5 pawn, and maybe one of the rooks has
Yeah,
to
again he has to go back.
simply go back, and then your idea. Look at this. Queen c3, rook a8, knight c4. Now attacking this pawn. You have to take, and
Yes.
look at these pawns. Beautiful.
And then will black, suppose, let's say we go into the major piece endgame by bishop f3. Let's say that. Will you capture with
No,
the
no,
g pawn?
look what has happened.
Oh,
Look
this
what has happened. He played queen c3, and instead of going rook a8, Wesley goes rook queen h5. Wesley
I am
says,
wondering, do you have a possibility of anything like e5 or d5 where, something tactical and then queen takes a5? I do not know that, but the queen on h5 is stuck for that defense.
yeah. Also, Amruta, e5, the problem is knight d5 forking the two pieces.
Right, it's a
So it's
blunder.
not so easy, and d5 maybe
Then
cd5.
takes and queen a5 is not very much, not very strong. No.
Sometimes it's just like, for example,
Yeah.
you are born in a family which has no, don't make that move. Yeah, this otherwise the analogy doesn't work.
Okay.
So you're
let's
by-
wait for it. You know what you're going to talk, right? The analogy.
I don't know.
Okay,
So,
let's see.
oh, by the way, some
No,
updates.
maybe you can
some
say.
updates. Knight h2 has been played. So the analogy goes this way. Sometimes you're born in a family where there's a lot of money already. Like your father has a nice job has a nice business, and you.
Yeah. Like Elon Musk's sons, let's say.
Yeah. Or maybe let's say Ambani's or
Yeah.
Tata's and all of that.
Okay.
And then you don't have to do anything special, because you already have. All that you have to do is maintain what you have.
You
So-
don't want to grow?
No, there's no need to
no
grow.
expansion?
No expansion needed.
Okay.
So here, Anish with his central pawn is like born with this beautiful golden spoon.
Yeah.
So all that he has to do is maintain it.
He has to laze around.
And just look at him. He's just going cool and calm. And now next move, he's not looking to win this. This is like, oh, expansion. Do you want to acquire this company? No, it's fine. We already have a lot of businesses doing well. We'll just be calm here. Because what is black going to do? Black has no break here. Black has no break there. EF5, suddenly the rook is hanging. It's not actually easy.
Yeah, that's true.
So in a way, I like the way Anish has played this opening beautifully. And in fact, Wesley So is right on the back foot. Maybe, how about f5? I'm just thinking, okay, because if you play ef5, after knight d5, there is a fork.
Yes, I'm sorry, but I'm just reading one or two chats. It's like Simba says, "Arey bhai, kya analogy hai? Maza aa gaya." Mangar Shivam says, "Anand Ambani be like gazab bechati hai." All right, let's continue. But Sagar, one question. Why not knight? Oh, why did he not go for knight c4, even for queen h5?
I think it was good. Even
It
that
was a
move,
possibility.
it was
It
a
was a
good move. Like
possibility.
if you go here, knight h5, knight c4, knight c4, bc4.
So basically, he had a choice between wanting the b pawn to come to c4, okay, or he has a choice of knight h2, like what he played with f4, e4, and d4. So he chose f4.
f4, because here I think he didn't like this position.
Something which is getting
Kind
fixed.
of.
Yes,
Some,
yes.
But even this is better for white. But he didn't like.
But at the end, you will have to go knight h2 and play f4. Finally.
Possibly.
So which is good. I like knight h2 and f4.
He went here, and now Wesley So goes f5. Guys, Wesley So is a monster. Yeah, he is very good at finding defensive ideas. You really don't want to be taking.
People are saying if f5 then queen a5.
Nice. Chat is very sharp. Queen a5. That's what Anish may play, guys, because it pins over here. It's a good move. It's a very nice move. But there is also another possibility, guys, here of playing knight df3.
Okay, what is your idea?
And after fe4, you just play rook e4.
There
and
is a
next
pin.
move,
There is a pin down the line.
Maybe knight e5 is a threat, and then you can take. But I agree with all of you that the more human option which Anish may go for is queen a5.
But Sagar, after fe4, rook e4, knight df3, you have some strong ideas there. If you are able to somehow get the pin, no, it's impossible to get anything on the diagonal of a to g8 with the knight on b6. You can't.
Okay,
Got
Anish
it.
said
queen a5.
thank you, Wesley. Thank you so much for the pawn. It's just like that,
Yes.
you know. When you have these businesses booming, then the opponents will be like, oh, what shall we do? We need to save ourselves. f5, and like, okay, let's acquire one company now, one business. So queen a5. So now, what does black do?
One question, is f4 a bad move then? Like, just another question, because I'm very like, this position is very rich and trying to understand the pawn structure. You know, so many possibilities with the pawn structure. Was f5 a possibility? Because there first you play g4 and then you go f4.
Possible, but now f5 also.
And now if you go f5, the difference is this is supported.
Yeah. Queen a5, bishop
So
f7.
instead of the pawn on f4, okay, it's a similar. Fine.
Because Amruta, here he cannot take anyway. The queen is hanging. So here you may go to save, but believe it or not, it's just like you are a pawn down here with black. I mean, it's just simple.
Correct. And in fact, g3 is also protected.
Yeah.
So white is better. What about g5?
He played bishop f7. He played bishop f7, and now Wesley is looking at taking here. There are pins all around, because if you take ef, rook e3 is hanging, and if you push e5, knight d5 would sit here. So there is a very cool move, guys. Here, chat, come on, can you find it? I'm sure Anish is going to spot it. White to play a very cool move, because as we saw, we don't want to be taking the pawn, giving up the rook. We don't want to be pushing the pawn, giving up the d5 square. So what do? What is the move? Oh, Aman Shekhar, well done. Siddharth Ranadev, no, not queen f5, because after queen f5, ef5, you will lose the rook. That doesn't work. Tanay Bhagwat, Bhavna Thakur, Aryan Kedia, Akash Sutaria, Tanisha Boramanikar, beautiful guys. Chess player scored g4 is a very interesting move.
Order move.
Because after fg4, which is forced.
Yes, queen h5 you will take.
Let's say if I take queen h5, bishop h5, I reach a position where I have still great center control.
Yes.
And now I can go knight df1 with the idea of putting the knight on g3.
And then you get the g4 pawn. Beautiful. What a concept we have on the board.
Will Anish find g4? I think yes. You know, guys, the move which may look a little difficult is found by strong players because there is no other option. You know, the other options are all looking not so great. You are here losing back the pawn. And so when that situation comes, when you push them against the wall, they're like, of course, we are going to find g4.
Is there a possibility that you just play, let's say, simple chess, let's say, and go knight h2 to f1, where you're protecting your e3 rook as well? Now you are threatening maybe capturing here, so he will have to capture.
Yeah.
And maybe you capture first with queen takes h5, bishop takes h5,
And now rook
knight
e4.
takes
Rook
f4
e4.
with the idea of knight f6 check.
You want to take knight takes, but then I'm just worried about nd. Oh, they have knight f nd5, Amruta, nd5.
Oh,
Because
okay. I
nd5
can't
defends
enter
the.
them.
You
Ah,
take
you
with the
can-
rook, but
Okay, yes, you are right. A rook e4.
and then your pawn up.
Yeah, and then with the pawn up, the point is this is double pawn and my center is broken.
Yeah.
So it's
Also,
like,
b3 is slightly weak. Bishop f7.
Yeah, this
I mean,
bishop now becomes active. Very nice. I've understood.
Yeah.
Oh, he plays g4.
Played g4, guys. Of course, Anish Giri is going to play that fg4, and now just take the queen or come back. That is the question. Do you want to also keep the queens on the board? That could also.
I want to keep the queens on the board whenever given a chance, but I don't think Anish would want.
Yeah, I also don't think so. Let's quickly see Magnus
Magnus
Carlsen
Carlsen
versus
Nepo.
Jan
That's another
Nepomnessian.
interesting pairing there.
Aha. It's equal material, nothing much spectacular happening here.
Yeah, only slight chance is that a pawn it can reach a5 or a6, and maybe if black makes any kind of errors, then a7 is weak, and that will be a slow poisoning by white.
But
As it
of
seems
now,
very difficult because c4 is hanging
don't you
right
think
now.
c4 can be taken
No, it's a blunder.
because of queen d7?
Something like that. I thought d6 knight is everything is so connected because you see queen is protected by the knight and the rook is protected by the knight.
Yeah.
Somehow it looks like an overload.
Yeah, but it's.
But yeah, nothing's immediately.
You are
Queen
right,
d7, yes, queen d7. You lose a piece, right?
Queen d7, rook e6. It's still not
Queen
simple.
a7 now.
Yeah,
Now
take.
you get.
But you have some back rank issues, so I might get some play. He went directly rook e6, and I think Nepo has things under control. Let's
Correct.
quickly get back to the game. Anish Giri is still thinking. Anish Giri in his mind is like, should I take the queen, go into this end game, which looks definitely better for me, or should I try to be a little bit more greedy, go back to c3?
Jaikant
then
Tiwari
I'll
says
push
queen
a5.
c3 is the move you would play. So
I'm not sure. I like queen takes h5 though, because queen h5, bishop h5. Oh, he played queen c3. Well done.
I like queen c3.
Well done,
As I said,
guys.
so nice.
Well done,
I'm happy,
Jaika.
and my happiness is slightly always more until queens are there.
I hate queens. I mean, I hate queens in chess, not in life or something. But the problem with queens is that they are so active, and
Yeah,
there can
you
be
have to
so
be
many
together.
tactics. I feel like, oh, if the queens are exchanged, endgame nice, all slow moving pieces.
But do
Queen
you
is-
love pawns?
Yeah,
But then at the end they are going to become queen.
that's when I start hating them. That's when I hate queen endgames.
Okay.
Now, Anish asking Wesley, hey, look, your queen, where can you go? No square for you. All control. Rook,
Yeah.
you can't go anywhere. All control. Knight, where do you want to go, Mr. Knight? All control. You know, these pawns, in chess, they say you have to control the center. These pawns are just perfect examples of how center control cannot let opponent do much.
I agree. Is queen g6 a strong move? Aryan KD asks.
Why would it be strong? I mean, it's just a move, and I'll just push your knight away.
So
I think you have to do something seriously
So
about
a5
a5.
is a5 is a very strong threat. No, yaar. But the problem is the b6 knight there is very good for white, right? Because
Yeah, it's
it
doing
really
nothing.
can't go
I
anywhere.
agree.
And in fact, it would be happy to go knight c8, knight d6. But Sagar, a5, knight c8, and then if I go e5,
Hmm.
knight a7 or something.
Yeah, the point is after a5. So, for example, when I
Brave.
push my pawn,
Yeah, can-
knight c8, knight a7, knight b5 is a good square.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So if, oops, sorry.
Let's say queen h4. I like that move somehow.
So let's say queen h4,
A5.
a5. You go knight c8.
Oh, wait. There is a tactic. There is a
Okay.
tactic, guys. Find the move. Black to play. Wow, queen h4 is such a tricky move because a5, there is a small tactic which now equalizes the position. You have to be very, very alert.
Wow, is that working? Is that really working?
Yes, it is. It is. It is brilliant.
Oh my god. But it doesn't end there, does it? Yeah, it ends there. It does end there. Wow.
Not g3. G3 is just met with rook takes g3, guys, because the queen is also there to protect it.
Yes. Churchill, Singhal, Karthik Nair, Sunny Deshpande, Giridhar B.
Beautiful, beautiful, guys. All those who are saying this
Subir
move,
Nandi. Yes, that's right. You are right.
knight d5.
Using the pin.
E
Finally,
D5.
there is a skewer, guys. This is called as a skewer.
Queen.
Yes, queen e1.
How does that work?
Rook e1, rook e1.
Let's
king
say
f2.
I bring my d knight to f1, and
Then
now
still bishop d5, rook e2 is very strong.
and now you can just assess the quality of the pieces. Although black is a piece down because a queen is often equal to two rooks,
Yeah.
and a knight is equal to a bishop. So in effect, you are a piece up here. But
if you play knight g4, for example. Yeah.
knight g4 doesn't really work because after rook 8 e2,
Knight G8.
g2 is hanging.
Yeah. And even if you go knight g3, rook e3 is just...
Yeah, this is just bad. And if you play knight f2 in such positions, then rook b1, and somehow there are these issues. By the
Amazing.
way, so here queen h4, Wesley has played it.
Oh my god. I hope Anish does not play a5 and falls for that trick.
Queen h4, and you can see, guys, this is a battle between two extremely sharp and very good in-form individuals. Although Wesley So is being pushed here, he finds that little trick, and I won't be surprised if Anish may fall for it because it's not so obvious.
Yeah, maybe Anish right now, that this is a good test to see how alert Anish is right now.
Yeah.
Okay, but apart from a5, Sagar, then what would be the best way for white to continue?
Not sure, maybe g3, Amruta. G3, although
g3, queen h3, I would be a
Yeah.
little bit scared because
I'm really not liking that my
maybe
king
knight
has...
c4, I would be again the same problem. No, now my rook on e1 is also defended. Can I go knight c4? But bishop c4, bc4, knight a4.
Knight c4
yeah.
is just you are exchanging now this knight.
No.
which will
I
anyway
might
put-
lose a pawn after knight c4.
Yeah, bishop c4 and then bc4 and knight a4. But even better than that, Amruta,
No, that's not good.
it's not good because after knight a4, queen b3,
Knight b6, c5, and now I get...
you win this
Yeah.
because of the check. So maybe it's better to take here with the knight, pawn takes, and then eventually you get in g3 because rook g3 is met with rook e4. So let's see. It's pressure for Anish. We'll
Yeah,
see how he responds.
absolutely.
Meanwhile, a big super chat by Vinod who sent 1000 rupees says, got to talk to Ayushi today and she told me not to super chat for her. Sagar ke liye karo, she said. She also asked if seeing her in chat makes us sad. Personally, I'm grateful. Someone so bright, kind and inspiring exists. Will grab courage from this call often. Yes, I am. No one feels sad, Ayushi, when you are in the chat. So if you are listening to it, don't think about it. And thank you, Vinod, for your super chat. Now, let's...
Rookie 1 to rookie 2 is one suggestion here we have.
Rook e1 to e2. But then once again, g3, is it possible? I'm just a little bit worried and apprehensive about the fact that this knight can come in and then this pin
Yeah,
and this rook
this
is like...
pin is quite... I mean, practically it's not very easy for... Okay, knight df1 was played.
Oh, he played knight df1.
Okay, knight df1.
But now, guys, still knight d5. Is that bad? Now it doesn't work, huh? Oh,
Because e3 is supported.
No.
so-
Now this is hanging.
Ah,
Correct.
yeah.
So this doesn't work. But will Wesley So play G3 here? Amruta, look at this move. G3
Knight
attacks
F3.
the knight, and if you take with the
Nah,
knight,
knight
F4 is hanging. All
Oh,
of a
even if you
sudden,
play Knight F3, F4 is hanging. So G3 is. Oh.
all of a sudden, Amruta, black is now getting counterplay. So if you take my analogy of that man who's born with a golden spoon and relaxing,
Doesn't work.
no, it works. If he's careful about his wealth, he should be relaxing and he should be like, oh, is everything okay, guys? Are all the employees working well? Is the production going well? And all of
So
that.
that's what he cannot just relax. That's a good moral. You cannot be lazy.
Yeah, true. It's like it's a fine balance, guys. You can relax, but you can't relax so much. Like what has happened, all of a sudden now F4 is hanging, and then knight d5 is threatened. There is too much going wrong. I think Wesley So
Yeah.
is resting over the initiative, and also the king is slightly weak now.
So actually, when you've gone F4, you have weakened the things. Maybe F3 would have been more solid.
No, but Amruta, here he had to play G3. I know it's humanly looking very dangerous because queen sits here. But then, you play
Then
rook
rook
1,
e2.
e2.
Now rook e2 is strong because G3 idea is not there. I think he just missed after G3 queen F4 idea. Yeah, you miss it.
Yeah, now he went knight F5. And guys, this is going down the drain because he's just blundered the pawn. And Wesley So is now making a comeback in this game and he's going to win this. Because I mean, what did Anish think?
So solid, man, Wesley.
Because here the position is still equal. He
And he played it so fast. Right now, he played the move knight f5 so quickly. I'm not understanding. Was it something like he wanted to play something else? And
yeah, he played in 27 seconds. I think he just blundered. Oh, and this must have come as a big shock to Anish. I think it's one of those cases where a dagger is just thrust into your heart and you don't know what to do. You are alive for that moment. You're like, yes, I know I'm going to die, but what do you want to do? I mean, you want to twist it? You want to do it? What do you want to do? And yeah, like Anish is now just going to resign.
This is tough.
What was his thought? I think he just blundered because
there is now gone.
Just blundered a pawn and.
But the way Wesley, going for queen h4.
Yeah, queen h4 was the key move.
Very key move because practically there were a lot of issues for white. So you were right. Queen exchange was important there.
Yeah, queen exchange would have kept it like a one-way traffic. But after the queens were still on the board, I think Anish
because black's queen was the main thing. Yeah, that was the main irritant in white's position.
And I don't know what Anish is thinking here. He takes. You don't even know what to play. Maybe his idea was to give this check on e7. But I mean, here there is just rook e7, and knight d5.
Yeah, this is just better for black. What about Magnus? Any progress there?
Let's have a look. Not much, but I can't say
black's position.
You can't say that it's equal or it's draw.
Yeah,
I mean, it's equal, but it's not drawish.
But it's complicated.
It's like the relationships these days, of people.
Yeah, it looks good, but it's complicated. But look at the time. Magnus is at 2 minutes. It's on 2 minutes, whereas Nepo has 5 minutes, and they are playing this equal position. So both of them are in a highly fighting mode.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay, let's see if there is anything. Rook f1 has been played. Maybe those last final few tricks left in the position, but against Wesley, so it's very difficult. Queen g5.
Also, Wesley does not even, blunder or make weak moves very easily. That is also
true.
It's not like he gets a great position and then there are still chances. Like the chances are very, very low. Even if he gets a solid position, it's like, yeah, Wesley is going to convert this into an advantage.
Because when you play like a computer, you're not really afraid of its attacking moves or defensive moves or positional moves or something. You're just afraid in general of the computer because it makes good moves all the time. Look at Anish now. He's having fun. He sacrifices his knight I mean, you take it either way. There's nothing happening. You just
Yeah.
are afraid in general.
Yeah.
But and the same thing happens when you face Wesley. So, is he good as an attacker? Is he good as a defensive player? What is he good at? You do not know, because he's good at everything.
Very true. In fact, the way he's playing in online chess, it has been tremendous. And now for challengers, like after candidates, he's going to be really one of the dangers there.
I mean, next year's candidates, right? Because this year he's not qualified.
Yeah, he has to wait another year.
Yeah, 2 years,
Okay,
in
okay.
fact.
Got it.
So, guys, qualifying to the candidates is really important for professional chess players. Yeah, he resigns. It was just, he sacked his knight and then resigned. Okay, Rook D1 was played, Amruta, here.
Let's see, Rook D1, Queen D1. We are into Queen and Knight, so there also matters is whose king is weaker. Doesn't matter here. They are going for draw after Queen exchange.
Not sure.
Because if you play Queen D6, Knight D6, Knight D2, King G6, King F3.
What was your calculation?
My calculation, Queen D6, Knight D6, C4 is hanging, so Knight E5 actually, because I will stop your king coming to G6.
Knight B7.
Knight B7, and I need to attack this guy. Knight D7.
King G6.
King G6.
Who's playing for a win here?
Knight B8.
Knight A5.
Knight A6.
Knight C4.
And a draw.
Draw. Let's see.
So if he goes Queen D6, then this is the draw we are getting here.
But I think Magnus
Oh, no,
Carlsen
but-
will... Oh, he keeps the queen. Magnus Carlsen is such a player that whenever there is tension, if you think about it, there are two people, okay, and they are arguing. You're like, no, I'm right. He says, no, I'm right. Then most of the human nature sometimes is like, okay, fine, guys, we have different perspective. Let's end it. We don't want
Agree
tension.
to disagree.
Yeah, we just don't want tension. But if Magnus Carlsen is arguing like in a position, he's like, no, I'm right. He says, no, I'm right. No, I'm right. He will keep fighting, and that's this thing in chess. If we convert it into the chess world,
Good one.
he's like, Nepo
That's
says,
true, very
let's
nice.
exchange the queens. Then let's exchange the queenside pawns. Magnus is like, no, I'll play. I want to fight on Queen E6. And maybe he will make use of this B6 square and then try to get this.
Really? Can he go Queen B6?
Not really right now.
Queen C4? No, he
No, he
just
can,
loses
I
pawn.
think Queen B6, Queen C4 is coming, right? So,
You can't go Knight D2, Knight E5. So right now, Knight on F3 does not have real good squares. And how do you
yeah,
try
true.
to create some...
I mean, it's not easy to
I
create some play.
understand, but...
Queen D3 maybe with the idea of Queen D5.
Yeah, Queen D3 sounds good. Maybe they will have to draw, of course, because Queen D3 again, Queen D6. They might repeat.
Possibly.
D3
But you know what Magnus does, right?
Yeah, he generally, but right now there is no option. He can't really argue. He can't argue more. There is nothing he can do more.
Amruta, you never know. He's the world champion.
I-
And he's the world champion for a reason.
But here he will agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. we are not agreeing to disagree.
We are not agreeing. Yeah, I know. But what we do
But-
is like, let's see Sagar, let's see Amruta, let's see Sagar.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's how we finish most of our fights. Also, time wise, he has 48 seconds. Nepo is actually now thinking, because Nepo is also quite has his own pride,
Yeah,
like
in
why
fact,
should he put
correct.
the queen and
I,
offer
that
a
is
draw?
what I agree. Like I like the position from black, like Queen C6 for example, and I would try to maybe I would even try to go for something like G5, G4.
Oh, Queen D6. Now, let's see.
Now I'll go Queen B3. It's going to be a draw, guys. It's going to be repetition.
No.
Again,
no,
it will be a
no.
photographic draw, guys.
So if he plays
E6.
Queen E6, I think he will go Queen F4 because you can't take C4. F5 is hanging. Magnus
No,
will
but
try
F5
to.
is hanging. But so what? I'm having an outside pass pawn. The king is weak with queen and knight.
Hello,
Oh,
Sagar.
yes, hi.
Amruta. Yash Mahajan. He says potential series for streaming Analogy Chess by Sagar. Thank you. Oh, Queen C7 now.
Oh, he
Knight
stopped
to
queen
h4.
f4. It means he was scared of queen f4. You were right.
And also he's attacking the a5 pawn, but
Oh,
right
and there
now
is no draw as of
no draw, no draw, no draw.
Why are you always right? I hate it. I hate it.
Guys, this is on record. Amruta says, "Why are you always right? Please, please, please take a short, like clip this and send it to me. I'll keep it always."
Always. Amrita, I'm always right. And you have agreed to it. Yeah, we have no disagreement.
Ooh, g6. Can you go f4, g4 now? Do you think g4
Wow,
makes any
I love
sense?
that move.
Because this no, but
Really, try.
tried, but queen e7 hits this knight. I'm not sure. I think it's too weakening. But also Magnus Carlsen down to 35 seconds.
Oh. That will impact his decision making, definitely. Like right
I
now,
know.
queen f4, he might just try to go into a, knight endgame. No, if he cannot go queen f4 because now his knight is so far away that it cannot defend a a5.
Yeah.
Can he
Also
go
now
queen
queen
a5?
d6.
Queen a5, queen d7
No,
check. That is
that would
lost.
be horrible. If you allow the queen
Tremendously
here,
bad.
I think queen d6 makes a lot of sense now because you can't even go into that end game.
Yeah, queen d6.
Queen b7 by Nepo. Looking
Yeah,
over
I'm
here.
happy with this move because your king is really weak right now. f3, are you going to kick that knight off?
Yeah.
Or no, queen b2 check?
Ooh,
Oh, queen b2 check, king h3, knight f2.
f3 is blunder, yeah. f3, yes, Amruta. Now knight g5, knight g5, and then it's a pin.
Oh, are we going in the king pawn endgame?
Permanent
If we
pin.
go into a king pawn endgame,
No, no.
just to understand, is it by any chance preferable for any one side or it's okay?
No, it's a draw
It's a
because king g7, king f4, king f6. I'm trying to stop the white
yeah,
king.
it's a okay, got it. So he goes knight f3.
Now, is it Nepo who's going to try and see because he's got Magnus into some kind of a bind here on the long diagonal?
Yeah. Exactly. This knight, he went knight h4. He provoked
Oh.
g6. What happened?
Internet. Yes, I think we are back. Should be back.
Are we okay? Everything stream stopped?
Hello, guys, are we back? Please let us know. Just refresh, no?
Yes, all okay. 1 second.
All good.
I'm asking all okay. Yes, good now. All okay. Yes.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. We have like good 2 connections, but somehow couldn't make it work. I'll bring back the board.
Two. Yes.
And Magnus Carlsen is still fighting. Nepomnessian has come down to 27 seconds. Guys, this is, if Magnus Carlsen wins this, it's going to be world champion's effort here. Look at this. He's got his knight here. If you take back, I will take back with the pawn, getting it past, and he's down to 10 seconds now. Amruta, this is crazy play by the world champion. He takes out of pressure, passed pawn with the queen. Black also has a passer, but white's pawn is just one step
And
closer
Nepo
to
has only
queening.
10 seconds right now.
Yes, he has to play very
He has
quickly.
so
Queen
much more
f6,
time.
only move because if you play queen d6, there is queen b6.
There is queen b6. Okay.
Oh,
queen
now
b6.
still, can you go queen c6?
Or queen b6.
Both look strong. It's
Queen
still
b6.
equal.
I'll go queen b6. And
Oh,
yeah,
he played queen b6. And now look out for h5 check. He must take g takes h4.
Unbelievable.
Will
This
Nepo
is
find this?
unbelievable.
I just love how Magnus Carlsen has continued to play for a win. And now after king f7, maybe just a check here and then pick this guy up. Pawn up. Could be something. I know that black can move in and start checking there. He takes on g5.
G5 I think at some point white will always have an option to go into a king pawn endgame, right? Whereas black will not have that flexibility.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting queen endgame. Queen endgames are very tough.
He takes on c5. Ooh, maybe that was a mistake because now there is
Perpetual?
a perpetual coming in, it seems.
King g1, let's say, for example.
Queen b2 check. He goes to e3. King e3. Queen b3 check.
King d4.
No, check.
Queen
Then
f3 will take, yeah?
not check.
Yeah. Anyway, it will also take on f3.
Maybe I'll just give a check.
Oh, he
goes-
went king d4. Queen d1 is a blunder.
Blunder.
Because
Blunder. King e5.
King goes king e5, king d6.
I think
you have
Amruta,
shelter
you
there.
had to
Queen
give
f3.
here Queen b2 check. But Queen b2 check so that you can't go here. The moment he goes here, now Magnus Carlsen is winning. All he has to do check. Oops. Yeah, check here. Check there. Marvelous Carlsen.
Oh my god. Oh,
Magnus
really?
Carlsen
What
is
fighter.
a brilliant, is a genius. Now,
Queen g3. He
King
is not
f6,
worried about
maybe.
it at all.
King f6.
I mean, king
Queen e6. Okay.
not easy for
Takes-
black. Yeah, for white also. Look at the bar. It's changing like anything.
Yeah, Bar
It's a
doesn't
tough
understand.
position. Queen e5.
Yeah, every pawn endgame should be winning for black.
Yeah,
For white.
and the good thing is these are also covered, so there are not many checks if you go queen e5. Yeah, he went queen
And
e5.
also, if you are not careful here, this king could get checkmated on h5. So take, king takes,
Let's say g4.
f4, f4, king
No,
e4, king g4. Maybe
No,
that's a
firstly
draw.
f4,
Maybe
d6,
it's a draw.
f3, d7, f2, d8 queen, f1 queen. You have check. Queen h1. Okay, it doesn't work.
So queen e5 is what Amruta is suggesting to take. Take f4, king e4, king g4, and maybe d6, f3,
d7.
king e3,
No, king a3. Maybe you can
king
keep this.
g3.
This is the best way because now d7, f2, d8 queen, f1 queen, and you have queen g5 check.
Yes, and then this should be winning
Yeah.
for white. Should be possible. So
But
Nepo
it's a
thinking
long
he has-
queen endgame, Sagar. No, I'm not even sure.
I mean,
With that a
in
pawn.
a practical game, it usually
happened
ends in a
f4.
draw.
It's happened. It's happened.
It's happened. The pawn end game. Let's see how Magnus deals with this.
Oh my god.
Does he
wow.
push? Does he push straight away? I don't think so. I didn't think so. D6.
Want it there?
No, it's fine. F4, king e4 has happened. King g4, d6, f3,
Oh,
king
it
e3,
happened till
king
king-
g3, d7. Same thing, same stuff. Whatever we saw.
Wow.
Check. And we have reached this position now. I think theoretically this is maybe a draw. Maybe. I'm not so sure. But practically it's very difficult to hold such an endgame. Because first of all, the king will start running this side. And then the pawn will be, pushed. And then whenever you start checking, maybe one check will come like a block. And which will maybe a counter check as well.
But for that, one more thing is that black king needs to be at a particular place where it is safe. But the other thing is the way Magnus went into this endgame. It means he knows it very well. Otherwise, he'll not go queen e5 because it was not forced.
Yeah, but I don't think he saw it so deeply. I mean,
No, this is obviously he will see. This is very easy for him to see. It should be a 20-second thing for him.
yeah. So queen f8 now. I think you should push a6.
Maybe king d4 check.
But let's push the pawn. Keep the check
ठीक
in the
है,
hand.
okay, sure. That's also a good idea.
I think when
Yeah, you
the
push the
stream
pawn.
lagged, Amruta, there was this one moment which I need to show the chat where knight f3, he went king g7, and now like nerves of steel. I mean, I would have never ever even dared to play a
Oh,
move like
he
this.
allowed a discovered check,
He just
but there is
opened up the
no
position.
discovered check.
Because
Oh,
the thing is,
wow.
after this, he saw that there is queen d5 here, and there are no ways to take advantage of this,
Beautiful.
and then check, and then here, and he's up.
Suddenly the knight is on b6. We didn't dream of that, I
He
believe.
keeps everything open.
Wow. Love this
the-
endgame play.
You know, the world champion pushes limits, and he's the one who kind of enriches the game with his play.
Yeah.
And this is what Magnus Carlsen is doing here. He's never, there is no limit. There could be limits for other players, but not for the world champion, because he's so good.
Wow. Really impressive. Oh,
And there was a super chat. King e2. He's played king e2, which may not be the best move. Perhaps
Why not
Magnus
king
had to go
d4?
king e4. And
Or
then,
king e4, king d4.
but he went king e2, king g2, queen e4 check. Let's see how it finishes, because really it's very difficult to understand what are the best moves here.
I think this kind of endgame is very theoretical and Magnus has to know it. So, where should a black king be where it does not get
Usually-
the perpetuals?
Usually
that
on the
will be
opposite
question.
side of the pawn. So if the
Correct.
pawn is going here, it's best to have the king on the other side.
On the other side.
Yeah. So here the king is in a good spot for black.
Yeah. So maybe black can hold his position.
Not sure. Shilpa Nigam, thank you for your super chat. You can write to us at chessbaseindia@gmail.com and we'll try to put you in touch. So generally, guys, try to look at it this way, that if a pawn is here, okay, the queen alone cannot take this pawn towards becoming a queen, because if the queen goes over there, then the black queen will start checking the white king. So eventually the white king also has to move this way. When the white king moves that way and the checks keep coming, it's the best for the black king to be situated as far away from the king as possible. The reason for that is that when black gives a check or something, let's say the king is here, then when the white queen blocks, and imagine the king is here, then it gets pinned. But if the king is far away somewhere, there are less likely chances of a check being blocked and being a counter check. So all these are just general guidelines. Here, theoretically, this is a draw right now, but practically very difficult. And look at Carlsen's move here, king e3. He has complete faith that checks might not be good enough to win this pawn. Okay, check here first. Where is the king going to go now? I think Magnus has just messed this up a bit, because if he goes king here, there's already queen a2 check, king f2. Oh, but now, oh, look at how tricky he is. If you go queen a2, there is queen e2, and somehow the pawn is protected. So Magnus trying to be as tricky as possible. Maybe queen b6 there. Queen b6, but you can't win the pawn yet. You can't win the pawn, guys, because if you win the pawn, what's the move here? Can you figure out? Amruta looking at some endgame books here. So many endgame books she's checking. Look at this. Here's her endgame book, Dvoretsky's endgame manual and all of that. She's checking all of them. Maybe you will get some great endgame knowledge from her now. First, she will grasp it until tomorrow, guys. And then tomorrow you will get to know what is the right way. King f2, queen f5, check.
One should
Yes,
not
queen
place
h4 was a mate there, guys. Queen h4.
one should not place his king in front of his pawn. Okay. That's one.
But that's for the winning side. So you must not push your king here to in front of the pawn.
That was my first intention. I thought I have to take the king there, like in rook endgame. The stronger side should place the king on the same file or rank where the defender's king is standing.
So that's what he's doing.
Or
Look.
an adjacent file or a rank. This rule is also valid when more pawns are present on the board.
Because a check can be a counter check. So that's why Magnus is always trying to keep his king next to his opponent's king in this endgame.
When dealing with a knight or rook pawn, the defender's king is best placed near the corner. that is diametrically opposite to the pawn promotion
See,
square.
Amruta,
Oh, very
you know,
nice, Sagar.
you actually
Then-
thought that when I was
No,
telling
no,
all
no,
this
no,
that
I
it was
believe
not
you. I
that
believe
I
you.
didn't know it, right?
No, 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 no. You are an international master. You are not a grandmaster. That's why I may trust you 1% less.
Ah.
But you 99% I will trust you. Then when the stronger side defends his king from checks with a queen interference, a counter check is less possible.
See, I remember all this. I studied from Doritsky's Endgame Manual.
Okay, great.
Guys, if you are close to a rating of around,
15.
how should I put it? Like around 1800 or so, then this book is very good. Doritsky's Endgame Manual. If you are below 1800, then there is this other book which I would heartily recommend, 100 Endgames You Must Know for Endgames.
Yeah.
If you are below that, if you are close to 800 or even very beginner and you all the way up till let's say 1800, 1500, then Silman's complete endgame course. So these three endgame books
Yeah.
can really push
Perfect.
your endgame in a good direction.
Jagda Gambit.
Trust issues, guys. This is what happens, yeah, in relationships of chess players. They have trust issues over whether the person is telling them the right moves or not. Those are the trust issues.
By the way, the indicated drawing zone does not exist in case of a bishop or central pawn. That is also, maybe people can remember. Fine.
Which indicated? You didn't indicate
That's what
anything.
you indicated, na? Opposite the pawn.
Not that is not the zone though.
Acha. The drawing zone near the pawn is considerably larger with a rook pawn compared with other pawns because the defender can go for a queen exchange much more often.
Sorry?
The drawing zone near the pawn is considerably larger with a rook pawn compared with other pawns because the defender can go for a queen exchange much more often.
Amruta,
surprised,
why didn't you read Doritsky's Endgame Manual when you were a player? Now you are reading it as if like your life depends on it, when you could actually read it and become a very good player.
Absolutely, it's a draw. Yeah, I totally
Oh, they
agree.
drew the game. Well done, Jan Nepomnessian.
What a fight!
Fantastic.
Enjoyed.
An
Very much
excellent
enjoyed.
fight by
even if it
Magnus as
ended
well.
in- Yeah, totally. I
Well,
think
great.
50 moves ever.
Great fighting game.
Very nice.
Okay, Chandralekha, I'll definitely read the book for sure. In some time. Oh, what? Game is over.
Huh? It's a draw.
Oh, game is over.
I thought it didn't start only somehow. And nobody. Chat, what were you doing?
Chat, someone said in the chat that the game has started. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Anish Giri.
Yeah, GG. Yeah.
Anish Giri like quickly said, I have to prepare for the candidates, so let me just draw. But you know, guys,
He played 2 games, Magnus played 1 game.
the thing is
Okay,
that
let's look at the
Anish
game.
Giri should be happy with the draw because he was black.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Grunfeld and c5. By the way, guys, all those who are new to this channel, after castles, I have given this line as a small opening. This is a small opening mistake, and white can play for an advantage after bishop e2, bishop e3, and castles. So please check out that video.
And in between, chat told us 10 times we didn't listen. Okay, guys, very sorry. There was a lot of things happening. So there was interesting games. There was a fight going on. There was Doritsky's endgame manual. So sorry, missed it.
Rook b1, castles, bishop e2,
Yeah.
cd, and now you give a check, because if you don't give a check, then white will castle and then you will have these nice central pawns. So check, bishop d2 and queen a2. This is supposed to be a very, very long theoretical line, because first of all, black takes a pawn. In return, white has this central pawns and also the queen slightly offside and lacking on development. So you see how white continues castles, bishop g4. Now if you take the pawn on b7, which he did, you take on f3. This is all very, very well known theory. Bishop d4, e5. Now threatening somehow to unleash an attack on the rook there. Knight a6, rook takes e7, and rook a d8, e6,
Okay.
F takes
Takes.
C6.
What's his plan? Queen E1.
Queen E1. Knight to C5.
Everything is defended, yeah, in black's position. Bishop H6 maybe. Oh,
And now
bishop
bishop
C3.
C3. Because,
Dark
because
squares.
if you take Queen C3, there could be a mating attack here.
Yes.
So he played Knight D3 and now
Oh, bishop
take, check,
perpetual. Rook D7.
check. And because it's important to give a check there. Otherwise, it's just rook will take the bishop. So check. And what a draw.
Thankfully, there was no mouse slip. Otherwise, rook E7 check, rook D4.
What a draw.
So it's okay. It was quite a simple game in that sense.
Yeah.
Now Anish will be white.
So let's update the scores. Anish Giri on half point, Wesley So on 1.5, and also Nepomnessian on half, and Carlson on half. What a fighting game that was. And that Magnus Carlsen can do that, all that stuff. No other player, I believe, in the world of chess would have continued playing there. Do you agree, Amruta?
Yeah, I totally agree. In fact, I really did not even expect that he will be continuing. Really. Such games, even if they end in a draw, still, the process, it's like the process you have enjoyed so much.
Yeah,
Result does not really matter.
So just so that you guys are aware of this end game, Magnus was winning somewhere around this point. He was totally winning when King E2 became the critical error, it seems to me. Just so that you guys are.
Samantha, if Rook had gone to A7 in the last position in Anish Giri's game,
Rook takes
with the check, Rook D4, even if you get Rook A2, still I think you're material down there.
So just I wanted to show the mistake here. So after Queen F7, he could go King E4. And how easy or difficult was this?
Yeah, let us try to understand.
King H2.
It's difficult.
Now Queen E2.
You know what I didn't know is, I thought white's aim is to take the king to A7. Like, if you have a rook and a pawn.
Yeah, ideally you can. Of course, you have to at some point.
Right? So how do you do this?
But here it's too difficult because there are too many checks. Check. And the king is also smart. No, it remains diametrically opposite to the queening square. It remains in this zone.
Yeah. So, Sagar, if we go a little back, like when he played Queen E5.
This is also winning.
No, if he goes Queen E5, King H2.
Not sure how to win this. I mean, it could be that table bases will show this is a win. By the way, guys, do you know what table bases are? How many people in the chat know what table bases are?
Just see if Anish Giri's game is not started. Yeah.
No, I don't think they'll start the third game already. Wow. That would be too much.
Yeah, table bases. How many? No. Yes. No. I know. No. 50% don't know.
Himanshu Agarwal says, what do you think are odds of AG going to finals now? Any predictions on openings they are going to play in So versus AG? I think Anish had a great opening with white. He will continue with that. Maybe Wesley also usually responds E4, E5. Sometimes he plays Karo Khan, but I think he will go E4, E5. So that will happen in the next game.
I don't know. So 50% do not know about table base.
Okay, I'll tell you about table bases. With regards to my prediction about this match, I feel that right now Wesley So has a very firm grasp on this match. Especially if Anish doesn't score in the next one. With black pieces for Anish with Wesley So's preparation, it might be difficult.
Mayur says table base is of course the cousin of ChessBase.
So what happens is, chess, there are engines which are suggesting good moves, okay? But somehow they cannot solve it any position right till the very end. If that happens, the game of chess will end. But that is because there are 32 pieces and there are innumerable possibilities. Now remove the number of pieces from the board and make it, let's say, 2 pieces. Then table base of 2 pieces does exist. Let's say you give opponent yourself a king, opposing side a king. It's a draw. Everyone knows that. So you don't need it at table base. Then you put a pawn for one side or a rook. Then you can know exactly in any given position, rook is on c3, king is on g2, opponent's king is on g8. That is one set of position. Then you put the rook somewhere else, keep the kings there. Then you change the kings, then you change the rook. Any kind of positions with 3 pieces. That is a rook. Then you change the rook to the queen. Then you change the rook from a bishop, knight, whatever, because they are draws. And you will know exactly what is the result. And now, so table bases are basically any set of positions with a limited number of pieces that tell you exactly what is the result of the game, right? By looking at till the end. And right now in chess, we have table bases, if I'm not mistaken, of 7 pieces. 8 pieces, I don't know. So if 7 means 2 kings, 2 rooks, and one side has 2 pawns, other side has 1 pawn. That can be solved in any position. Put the pawns anywhere. You will know exactly what is the result. So table bases can be very, very large in size. In fact, ChessBase has table bases. There are some table bases which are openly available. There is Nalimo table base. If you check it out, I think SysG table bases. There are many. Yeah. 7 pieces. Yeah. So I don't know if 8 pieces does exist now, but slowly if they are able to reach 8, then 9, then 10, then it might signal the end of chess. But there is this one website I remember where you can do any sort of analytical work on any endgame. Like maybe with even 13, 14 pieces. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of space. What was the name of this website? I don't remember. But there exists a website which gives this service. Okay. Waiting for the game to begin right now. Nepo versus Carlson. Meanwhile, as you guys mentioned, I will try to figure out a good passage from the book to read. There are a lot of people in the chat who want to listen to it. So okay, I'll figure out what to read. There's too much. I can play bullet, huh? Right, but there is a bullet queen here in the house. I don't want to play bullet in front of her. Hello, Amruta. Do you want to play bullet?
I think games will begin now.
No, let's play one bullet. Would you like to?
Just check if the games will begin.
No, games have not begun. Unless Magnus and Magnus is just, whenever there is this match going on, Magnus orders from some Thai food or some noodles and he's eating. No, not chess. Okay.com. I think there's some websites which were mentioned. I don't know. There was this one. I forgot.
Saumyajit, they asked Sagar, I always wanted to know how you started CB India. Did you interview with CB or did you have a YouTube channel and they approached you?
If you go to our 500k stream, I have told over there. In fact, there's also an article of how ChessBase India began. 5 years of ChessBase India. There, that's where it is. Also, we made a stream which was our marriage plus how ChessBase India began. So you can get to know in that all of it.
Oh, sir, there was one more question in between I read. I don't remember by whom, but he asked that if chess was absolutely absent from your life, would you have been, continuing CA?
Yes, I think so.
I feel you would have still, got distracted towards writing stories.
Maybe.
Your blog, maybe you would have been a popular blogger.
Funny Verma says after this defense, Russian will transfer Minister of Defense title to Nepo instead of Karyakin. Maybe. It was a great defense.
Hey, Sagar, what?
Oh, sorry.
When my 1 second also goes, I'm like, what? Okay, guys, castle. Hmm. 30 seconds left to play really fast. Freak. What a miss. Fine. It's okay. Super passive.
19 seconds for Amruta. 32 for Hex 60. Oh, play. G5 attacks the knight. Amruta thinking too much.
Yeah, I'm thinking too much.
98. Where is your rook?
I lost an exchange, but it's okay.
Ten seconds to go. Take on d7. Queen takes. Queen b6.
Oops. Where should I
He has
go?
8 seconds. Opponent has 10 seconds. I need to speed up. 96. Oops.
Oh, it's a blunder. Oh, it's a super blunder. What do I do? Queen c8.
But both are down to 3 seconds. Yeah, pre-moves. And you won. Nice.
Such a bad game. Such a bad game. The games must have started.
Yeah, let's start. Let's look at the games.
The problem is you play only one game and then you don't play.
Yeah, it's good, right?
No, it's bad. You have to be in a flow.
Oh, they have played an interesting line.
Look, exactly it started when I started playing, I believe.
No. They just started now. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5.
We are not going to... This is Rai Lopez.
This is known as the Rui Lopez. a6, bishop a4, knight f6, castles, and knight e4. Guys, what is this opening known as? Berlin, Rui Lopez open variation, Rui Lopez closed variation, or the Italian? Can you tell me?
Russian Roulette and Amruta's Match and Bullet can be a part of any Tarantino movie. Joy says Tarantino movie. Tarantino is the word.
No, it's not a word. He's like this director.
Oh, Tarantino is a director?
I believe so.
Is it Berlin? Is it Spanish Open? Is it
yeah, Rui Lopez
Open. Yes, closed. No, not closed. Guys, it's Rai Lopez Open. Okay, at least 25% of the people know it. Tarantino.
Yeah, he's known Quentin Tarantino.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. But what are his movies?
Uh,
No, you have to go back. When you go back, you will see the movies.
Tarantino, many movies, many famous movies.
All right.
Stranger Things. No,
Pulp
I
Fiction
don't know.
movies.
Which ones are the
Once
best
Upon a
ones?
Time in China. Okay, got it. Kill Bill and those kind of movies.
Mhm.
Martial art movies many
Okay.
times. Okay,
So
thanks.
D4,
Hmm.
B5, Bishop B3, D5. And guys, whenever I have to remember this line, I always remember this move because it unleashes an attack on D5. So then I remember he has to play Bishop E6. So with this information in mind, I can build up the moves before it and also after it. So all you need is this one facet of information. Bishop E7, Knight D2, Knight C5, Bishop C2, D4. And now look at this move, Amruta. This is the beauty of the variation. Knight B3, and here you also allow D3. It didn't happen in the game, but you go back. This is we have seen this in
Yeah.
several
Yeah.
times. You just go back with your bishop, letting the pawn be on D3. So D takes C3, BC3, Queen D1, Rook D1, Knight A4. Bishop E4 hitting here, and now after Bishop D7, Magnus Carlsen has close to 17 minutes and Jan Nepomnessian has 14 minutes 50 seconds.
Pawn structure is very much better for black right now, and this c3 is a weakness. I think again a position for Magnus to slowly try to grind. But Nepo is playing very solid openings.
I think
He's
it will
not
be a
really
draw,
trying
Amruta.
to.
Look at this drawing variation. Rook takes D7.
Oh, king
King
takes
takes
d7.
Check. You
King
have to go back.
d8.
Bishop E4.
Oh, king d7 is forced.
Only me.
Okay, king c8. Go king c after check. No, you can't. I mean, king d8 and oh my god,
Draw.
bishop d7, rook d7 will be a draw. Will Nepo play that? Yes,
He's
of course. I
thinking
think
actually.
he's white because I think this position otherwise is preferable for black.
Hmm.
How do you even try to gain advantage here for white if you had to? Let's say. No. This is super weak.
Yeah, I mean, I could even go Bishop D2, Amruta.
What is your counterplay? Okay, bishop d2.
I mean,
Then
it's
maybe
not
long
the
castle,
best.
something.
Yeah, Rook D8.
Okay. What about Anish? What has happened?
Has the game begun? I don't think so. Oh, they've already started. And they started with the same line.
Exact same, na?
very-
Bishop g5 had happened.
Yeah,
last
like
time.
E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop B5, Knight F6, D3, Bishop C5 takes, Castle, Knight D7, same stuff, C3, A5. Oh, A5 he played. Last time we saw castling here. Last time we saw castling, Bishop G5, F6, Bishop H4, or maybe it was like D4 takes, something like this we saw, Knight BD2.
Yeah.
Some different, slightly different move order. But here A5 first, D4, Bishop D6. Sorry, last time it was D4, BD6. Sorry, first. So castles, D4, Bishop D6, BG5. Here it went directly. Okay, Rook E1, A4. So now Wesley got the time to check his preparation. And Anish still blitzing out his moves. Bishop G5. It remains to be seen whose preparation is better. Shahir Ahmad says, I'm following ChessBase India for a long time. I'm a big fan of your work. I have interest in sports and I want to be a blogger. Can you share some tips? Shahir, I would say that the most important part for being good at writing, at least from my perspective, is that you try to share your experience with others. Whatever you are passionate about, you bring that passion forth to other people so that they can understand that. And it will happen. Like whatever it is, my main aim whenever I started writing was to show to people what I'm able to see through my eyes. Now it is shifted to, let's say, commentating on these games and so on. But I think that's the most important thing. People wrote a lot of Tarantino movies in the chat, which they like. Also, people are talking about Christopher Nolan.
Oh, your
Guys,
favorite.
do you also watch Nolan movies? Which is your favorite Nolan movie?
Guys, please do not send any Tenet spoilers.
D7. He's still thinking here. I don't know what Nepo must be thinking.
If he thinks so long, then I think high possibility he will go rook d7. What do you think? Will he go rook d7?
Maybe. By the way, is A5 a novelty? Only one game. That to 2016. Wow. Look at this, guys. Oh, he's played it. He's played it. Rook d7. Draw incoming. Drop incoming.
Yeah. So it's a draw.
Check, check, check. Okay, what is it? Dark Knight here, guys. Come on, come on. Dark Knight is the best. Although Batman Begins is not bad. It's tremendous. I like it. Oh, BG5, F6 was played. So there's a draw. BG4. And now this is a pin. Yeah, Nolan. I mean, let me see. Who else? Interstellar. Interstellar.
Acha, you asked favorite movie. I thought favorite movie of Nolan.
Yeah.
That's
Nolan only.
the
Someone... Oh, a lot of people like Interstellar, Inception. Is Shutter Island also Nolan?
Shutter Island. I don't think so, but
It
I'm
was a
not
crazy
sure.
movie.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Too
very,
dark,
very
too dark.
intense. I really
Dark
liked Bengal elections. Flashbin Gaming, hello Flashbin.
Thank you. I hope Flashbin, your preparation is going well against your opponent from the first round.
Joy Datta, yeah. So Bishop H5, Queen D3, and Anish is playing so quickly here in this game. How do I put this again, guys? So last time the bishops had been exchanged, if I'm not mistaken. Here the bishops have not been exchanged. So here black has the bishop pair. I think Anish will at some point want to go bishop g3 and exchange this. But then there is bishop takes f3. If you take with the queen, then d7, d4 hangs. If you play gf3, then h3 hangs. So I like already black's position as such. What do you think?
You are right.
Oh.
I do prefer black's position to here.
Yes, guys. Also Prestige. Awesome movie.
Memento, yeah, we have seen that. Spanish, it's in Spanish.
Shutter Island was Martin Scorsese. Okay. It's not
Isn't a Nolan movie. Someone says Sagar Bhai for Hera Fairy 3 with Biswa and Samay. Rahul Ghoshal says. So funny. Okay.
Let me read the super chat by Aditya Somani.
Yes.
You can read something from the prologue. The last paragraph is amazing, or from the 7th page of writing. Aditya knows the entire thing if you see Sagar randomly on the street. Okay. I don't want to read paragraphs which are about me because too much of things which are kind of, praise about me. But I want to read something which is very nicely written. By the way, this is a book, for all those who don't know, written by one of our people whom I met through our ChessBase India channel, become my very close friend.
Sorry. Continue.
Oh, Karan Singh Magic. Hello, Karan Singh. Where are you?
Prestige is brilliant. That's what he says. Of course, Karan Singh would have seen it.
Karan Singh has to see Prestige. It's like every person who wants to, make kind of art, sort of public appearances, or how do you put it? Showmanship in life. they have to see that movie. It's like, how do you convert it into your life? It's amazing. Okay. So the book, this book is written by someone whom I met through streaming. She's become a very close friend, Ayushi. She has cancer and she is fighting it, and in that she actually wrote this book very quickly and she sent it to me. It's a very nice book. She says, I wish I could tell you what I found in your light. 100 times over, you came back for us day and night. You hit the muddy ground like the freshest of rains. My dark mind wondered if hope's possible amidst the grains. You taught how to harvest. You showed where the sun was. Puzzles, chessboards, and the learnings, tilling the brain soil just because. As I broke through the chaos, you helped, your kindness lying bare. It didn't matter how much I lost, for I knew tomorrow you would be still there. You would still be there.
Wow.
So beautifully written.
So tough. The way she's writing, it's like English literature.
Yeah, she's a fantastic writer. By the way, coming back to this game.
Yeah, here Wesley had one of the very good moves, which was A3.
But
You're
then if I
forcing
play
it.
B3.
You have to go B3 here. And then you play bishop B4. You put pressure. Where do you go? Let's say rook E2. And then you go knight D5. After that.
BG3.
Sorry?
BG3. Ooh. Wow.
So you would have lost a pawn actually.
Yeah.
So he played what? He played directly knight D5. But here the difference is he does not have the square.
So
Maybe he intends to
inserting
play.
A3, B3 was good.
Yeah. But is
Also,
it
F4 is now a big weakness. So I think Anish pushing his pawns a bit too much has created some holes. Now knight F4
Now
comes
he played knight F4
Queen
and
F1.
Queen F1.
Wow.
So it's a little bit passive, but typical Wesley position. This is again.
Yeah, so the second game of Nepo Carlsen ended in a draw. So the score is 1-1 now. Karan, are you still here? And Karan, are you practicing chess? What is your rating
Yeah, what is
now?
the rating now?
Karan Singh Magic, of course, one of the most talented chess players, talented people whom I have taught. Very quickly from 600 he reached 1000. But I think of late he has been busy with other things to do. Okay, G takes F5 was played. And now
Can you create any play with King H1? And no, I don't
I mean,
think. With the
Anish
bishop
has
on
taken a
H4.
lot of risk. And against Wesley especially, it's not so simple. Look at these moves that Wesley plays.
G6.
I mean,
I didn't imagine.
He plays with so much accuracy. Like if you take here, the game is
We-
over, guys.
Check.
Already.
You will go knight H3 check.
Yeah, knight H3.
King. You cannot go King H2. You have to go King G2, and then you have Queen G4 here. King H1.
F3
Okay.
is hanging. Better is to start with King H1 here.
King H1.
And now H6.
Acha, now you just take.
Pawn up.
I thought Queen G4, G7. Correct.
So, of
So
course,
G6 is a very good move where Anish played Bishop G3.
best move. And again, Wesley finds the best. I mean, if
And these moves are not so easy.
No, I
moves
mean,
like G6 and Knight H5 are
you
not
would think
natural
to your
moves.
mind that they take here, but it's a blunder. Guys, in the chat, can you find why GF5 is a mistake?
Karan says, yes, till you reached 1100 and then dropped to 800. Now back to 1000. Need another lesson from you.
Great, Karan. Very, very soon, let's do it. And very glad that you are actually going down and then coming back up. Guys, remember, if you are just moving up, there will come a time when you will stagnate. And then moving up would be difficult. Then going down and coming back up to that rating does not mean you are back where you were. You actually learnt a lot. You lost something, you learnt, and then you are back to the same rating, means you're a stronger player. So 2400 rating, which I gained in 2014. And then when I was 2017, again 2400, I was a much stronger player because I had learnt a lot in that period.
Is it E5?
Yes, E5.
Tota Srinivas, Peter MG, Sunny Deshpande, Krishna Bajaj, Anirudh Potawad. Yes,
Oh, Anirudh Potawad. Hello, Anirudh. How are you? By the way, guys, Anirudh is one of those young talents of India, and very inspiring story of this young lad. We have chronicled it on ChessBase India. His father is a tailor, and he fights very hard to make ends meet. And in that, he has this huge ambition of making his son into a very good chess player. So he was also the recipient of Pursue Your Chess Scholarship from ChessBase India Foundation that was instituted by Ashwin Subramanian, and he received 25,000 rupees to further his chess preparation. But such a young, nice talent, and I'm glad that he's watching this. Welcome, Anirudh. So f takes g6 was played now by Anish. Anish has to be very careful because he is playing an opponent who is so accurate. So accurate. What happened?
What happened?
Did Karan Singh say something?
No. I mean, I read that, right? What he said.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. F takes g6, h6 was played back. And
So
the question is why not take bishop g3? Because now after fg, knight g3, there is queen g2 hitting the knight, and then there could be some attacks
knight
here.
h5, for example, just g7.
Maybe even king h2. And the point is that later on you can get your rook here, but you see Wesley understands that he shouldn't take there, and so he took back here. And now Anish very quietly. In fact, Anish's play has also been accurate here.
Yeah, he's played really well. Defended it very well.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say now his ideas of king h to rook g1, it is going to get dangerous for black also. Slowly, this is the feeling.
Yeah. That's what when strong players play each other, they don't give each other even an inch. Now, maybe the threat is to take and take on g6. So I have a feeling that king h7 could be played here to defend this. But this is not a great move because of e5, as we have been looking at it, to block this bishop. So maybe there's a good move here for black, which I believe Wesley will find again. Can you find it? Because this is an idea here, e5.
Good move for black.
What should black play here? Yeah, looks scary for Anish. I think so. This is scary.
Is it knight f4?
Not knight f4, because then bishop f4,
a3,
bishop f4 and queen g6 would hang. So your square is right. No, not g5.
Knight g3.
G5 would be
d8, queen g7. Okay, I'll tell you my move then.
What?
King h7.
Yeah, but e5.
Okay, anyway, e5. Bishop f4, rook e8.
Bishop f4, who said it?
Demolition Gaming.
Beautiful
bishop
move.
f4.
Bishop f4. Because if you take, I take with the knight and I defend this pawn back. So, and also I save myself from these e5 ideas because the bishop is here. But Wesley saw here played king h7. He did play king h7, Amruta. And here Anish should have played e5, but he went first rook a d1.
Okay. I'll tell you something. I have got a feeling that black has to be more precise here.
Here, yeah.
Because look at the central files and the central pawns. White is very happy with that. He has a clear-cut idea. King will go to either h2 or h1. Then later rook. Then he'll go push e5 at right time. Maybe next move e5 is a stronger threat.
I agree. That is a
Rook
threat.
e8 now. Yes, rook e8. What do you do? Can you go e5 here?
Yeah.
Can you?
But then bishop b4 I think would be an irritating move. Hitting the rook.
Rook e4? What? I don't believe it. Rook e4. My rook then. Oh, f5 and f4.
Yeah.
No?
Correct.
Okay. So first, wait for e5. Maybe rook e2, but no, that's.
Can we do like a slow move like a3?
Yeah, I like it.
Stopping this.
Now
but then I don't like bishop f4 again. So
Got it.
let's see what Anish comes up with here. Also, this entire thing of bringing the queen to g2 has worked out well for him. His king looks much secure with the queen in front of it. The queen is nicely placed, defending the king as well as looking at the opponent's king.
Gizmo girl is nervous watching Anish's game.
Yeah, a lot.
A3, he plays A3.
He played a3. Nice.
Wow.
Nice, guys.
I didn't expect that.
220 IQ move.
Okay.
Shall we also has Magnus versus Ian game begun?
Maybe.
Not yet.
No.
Oh, he took on g3. Yes, Amruta, now fg3. Maybe Anish trying to. Oh, look at Wesley. Guys, how many of you will play g4 here? How many of you will play king h2?
G4, nobody will play Sagar.
Why? Can we ask the chat?
Okay.
Why is g4 a bad move here? All the people in the chat, remember, every pawn push is like in life you take certain decisions which you cannot get back, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, how is that song, Amruta? जिंदगी के सफर में गुजर जाते हैं जो मुकाम
फिर नहीं
वो फिर नहीं आते.
Wow, that's perfect. Perfect for this occasion.
फिर नहीं आते. So when you push a pawn, you must say to yourself, जिंदगी में जो square.
Why don't you start learn chess with songs?
जो squares.
Learn chess with songs.
Hey, Amruta, how is it? चेस बोर्ड पे जो चले जाते हैं वो स्क्वायर्स वो फिर नहीं आते. पॉन पुश ऐसे नहीं करते. सी f4 did everyone say?
Knight f4.
Yeah, exactly.
हाँ,
f4
सब लोग
square
knight
becomes
f4
weak.
बोला. Yes, weak
Fantastic,
square f4, guys.
Very strong. So king h2 to keep everything in control. Now rook e7. Wesley so wants to double.
Sagar Kumar OP, Sachin Ranade versus T Series India. Wesley को हिंदी नहीं आती, नहीं यार पटला. Even Danny wouldn't play G4. Omkar Chakradev.
No, guys, the thing which many of you would not understand is that every pawn move is a very responsible decision. So therefore you will see that how Anish is not pushing his pawns, because every time he pushes, the square next to it becomes weak. So he keeps both the pawns intact. He keeps the tension in the position. Like, will I push d5? Will I push e5? Wesley has to constantly keep worrying. So I'll give all of you this advice in life as well, that if you are trying to do something, keep options open. It's useful.
Sagar,
Now,
it means they can take it as never commit to anyone.
yeah, that's a problem.
They're always tricky
That's
guys,
a problem.
tricky.
Yeah, problem. That is always a problem. But if you find good moves, you should commit to it.
Yeah. Also, Ayushi says that अगर सागर बुक पड़ेगा तो उठा देना करके.
Oh, Ayushi is here.
Ayushi in the chat, yes.
The author of this book, guys. Okay, king g7. Now e5.
Yeah, please
now.
try e5.
Okay, let's try e5. I think Anish will play e5, guys. Because if fe, then de, all of a sudden, rook.
The question, DE or knight e5?
No, D.
No.
D.
So explain why not knight e5?
Well,
Or no, why not knight e5? I mean, look, my knight is very nicely placed in the center.
But you know, D just opens up my rook. It attacks your queen. It also removes the f6 square for your knight. Your knight remains sidelined. So all
And
of these
most
things.
importantly, the d pawn is still blocked. So with the pawn on
this
e5,
becomes a passer.
it
Correct.
becomes a passer.
So he plays e5. Anish now, will he manage to win this?
Oh, Anish has actually 4 minutes more than Wesley.
4 minutes more, better position. Looks very exciting.
You know, the way it is turned right now, from black being better to white being better, it just happened like you didn't even understand where exactly black went wrong, because
Yeah.
black was playing such good moves.
Yeah, sometimes, you know.
And that a3, one move was so critical in a way, that because that is exactly Wesley kind of idea which he's holding up. Ki, oh, if you try to, you know, come in this manner, I always have this bishop b4. So beautiful. It's understanding his psychology. Ayushi says, मेरे बर्थडे के लिए रिकॉर्ड करके भेज देना बुक, or just the paragraph I sent Amruta.
Oh, Ayushi.
Okay.
You sent a paragraph, huh? Okay,
I didn't
I'll
send
read that out then. There are people who would love to read, love to hear it. By the way, Queen D7 has been played in this position. And then now, let's see. Okay, I'm just wondering as to how to take advantage of it. Because first question was, when e5 was pushed, didn't it weaken the d5 square? Can we not put the queen on d5? But the problem is that after e takes f6, this is hanging, so you have to take with the king. And like king coming out for a walk, this looks horrible. Like rook e5, and then this is a bad position. So he went queen d7, trying to keep the rook defended. Now it's over to Anish to figure out a way, because see, if he takes here, knight f6, this is fine, but his knight comes back into the game. He really would not want to take on f6. So that is why Anish has come up with the move rook to e4.
Yeah. Omkar had suggested knight h4 and queen e4 idea.
Yeah, but Omkar then f5 just tries to, I don't think that it's so powerful. Like when you go queen e4, there'll be f5 or even directly f5. So it's not a bad idea what you suggest. In fact, white has many good moves here. Your move might well be better than what Anish Giri has played here. But Anish, I think, has an idea of perhaps what can be his plan here. Maybe rook h4 what he wants to play. Maybe double the rooks here. Because f5 is coming up. I am sure Wesley will go f5. At the right time, f5, f4. 4 minutes for
so right
Wesley
now
Stowe.
f5, let's say f5, f4, if he tries that, matlab f5 he has to play,
He should play f5, and then Anish will transfer the rook here.
f4, right? Let's say f4,
But
is
f4
it a
is
blunder?
f4 maybe then
No, it's
gf.
not free. Gf, knight f4,
But then queen
g5,
threatening
and
here.
it's dangerous. You
Yeah,
can't
this is dangerous.
So f4 you cannot go.
Yeah, f5, rook h4, you still have to think. Maybe queen d5 now.
Queen d5.
Yeah, this could be a way. Oh, he played direct queen d5. And this
Now
is a
he's
big
good.
blunder. Amruta,
Big blunder. Wait a second. Why, guys?
blunder.
Why is it a blunder? Please
It's a
check.
big blunder, and I think Wesley saw somehow.
ef6 check. Oh, you showed it, right? ef6 check, king f6. He has to play rook
Did
e7.
people find it? Because
What,
it's the
E6?
same position. It's just the insertion of rook e4, queen d7, and queen d5 back.
Yeah,
And
he
Anish has
found it,
found it.
ef6.
The same plan which we discussed. Rook e5, by the way, very important here to play this move, rook e5. Because now look at it. He can actually go back with his queen to d7. But then Anish can find millions of ways in which he can build up the pressure. One of them is queen e2 with the idea of knight h4. Maybe just bringing the queen up here. Queen f2 is also possible. You can also think of going knight h4 here with the idea of queen e4. So basically there are so many good moves now after rook e5 that the king is exposed.
Yes.
Black king is tremendously exposed. And it seems like Anish Giri will equalize the score.
This is such an exciting position. I really can't believe that we have reached here.
Yeah, I thought that Wesley had such a solid position out of the opening, and now Anish Giri queen d7 has to figure out. It's like a kid in a candy shop. Like this is also a nice move. This is also a nice move. But that's where things could get tricky. he must be careful. He must remain careful here. What he wants to do.
So he's like right now Danny in a candy shop.
Something like that. Something like that. Knight h4, I think, is a cool move. Queen e2 as well. I was thinking, how about queen f2? Because then the king jumps back. Somehow the advantage is slightly reduced. What would be your moves here, guys? Put yourself in Anish's shoes. Anish is sitting there in his room, thinking very hard. Maybe like this. What would you play if you were in his place? Would you play queen e2? Would you play knight h4? Would you play rook d2?
Harsh Thakur says queen e2. Iron Man knight h4. Purba says g4 pawn push.
G4, I'm a bit skeptical.
Yeah, because you don't want to give any chances.
वो फिर नहीं आते.
Rook f2 is an option, Sarthak Kedia.
Rook f2, yeah, interesting. But don't
In fact,
let
even
the king
rook
run
e2,
away.
Sai
So
knows.
Amruta, what I'm
Yes.
thinking is, why not rook d2? Because then I want to.
Yeah, rook e2
But the
is
problem
also
is that after
suggested.
d5, king g7, somehow the king runs away.
E6, E6?
Yeah, it's possible. But when you play queen e2,
Yeah.
the problem is you can't no longer take,
Yeah, that's
because
very
the queen
forcing.
is hanging. And
And-
the other important fact is that after queen e2, you can't even run with your king because rook
Correct.
is hanging.
Can you go rook fe8 for queen e2? Then that's the only way to
That's
continue.
a good move. That's a
Queen-
good
Queen
suggestion.
e3 still, maybe with the
Maybe
idea
now
of...
knight h4.
Or
Oh,
queen e3. I love the move queen e3.
by the way, some moves have been played. Here, let's have a look. Look at what Anish did here. Rook. No,
Oh, he played... No.
He
What
played.
Promote the variation, na? King G.
27. He
Rook
went
g5.
Rook g5. I think he didn't want.
Oh,
him
rook
to-
g6 is his threat right now. Rook g6, king g6, knight e5, rook e5, d5. No,
I
no.
think here knight
Very
e5.
good.
That is why he
Knight
played
e5 is
this.
his threat. Direct knight e5.
So therefore, his opponent played queen d6. He went rook f2, king g7. Now knight h4.
No, why not knight e5?
Knight e5 was also very strong.
Knight e5 is better, right? Okay, fine. Anyway, knight h4.
Rook
I don't
e6.
like the knight on h4 and
But now knight
d4
f5,
is
knight f5,
hanging.
Amruta, knight f5, knight f5.
But knight f5, Sagar, rook f5, queen d4, you will get some compensation.
Yeah, but you are just exchange up. This is good. This is good.
Okay.
So knight f5 looks like a strong idea.
Yeah.
Because now Wesley, so yes, he's played knight f5, rook f5, queen d4. We've reached this position where Anish has a rook and opponent has a knight and a pawn for a rook. So if you count the pawns, black has 5 pawns and a knight, white has 4 pawns and a rook.
Yeah, those are double. So that's the point. Black's king is definitely weak right now. But
It's not like
somehow
the game is not
white
over.
king is also weak. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, rook f2, let's come back. Then you go rook g4 and try to move your rook. I mean, it'll take some time. It's not going to end immediately.
yeah, but yeah, white is better. Of course, I agree. What about Magnus? Did they begin? They drew, right? Or no?
No, they began, I think. They
Oh,
began.
it's a new game. They have reached this position already.
The same opening, Vienna, b5, e5, knight here, knight b6. Oh, this variation. Knight c3, knight b4, knight d5, queen c6, rook e1 castles, bishop f1. Well, maybe Magnus is going to win this one. Queen e2, king b8, bd2, rook g8, rook c1. And okay, white has a small edge here. His king looks safer. Black king slightly exposed. C4 pawn, if it falls, can open the floodgates against the black king. We'll come back here.
Yes.
Magnus is slightly better.
Oh, he played rook g4 and queen
He
d6.
played rook g4, queen d6. Okay.
Now rook g5, rook f g5.
Possible to put this.
I mean, it's risky, I know, because you are in a way taking away the shelter of your rook on the second rank.
Amruta, my question is, what happens to rook takes h5? Look at how Wesley is so tricky. Guys, in the chat, Why is rook takes h5 not a great
Oh,
move?
it's not a 1 second answer. At least
It's
I'm
a
not
very
wrong.
tough one. These are the kind of tricks that these top
Wow.
players play. Because here you just won a full piece. The rook is pinned.
Exactly.
The pawn is pinned here. So what is the reason? Guys, also please like the stream. Oh,
Is it
Anirudh
queen
Potawat,
d3?
just a famous guy.
Queen
Wow,
d3.
very cool. Just a famous
No,
guy.
but queen d3 has... Oh, you don't go rook f5 again. Queen f5. Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Missed
All those
it.
who found queen
Yeah,
d3,
very
brilliant
nice.
job, guys. Because now rook e2 cannot be stopped. And as Amruta rightly pointed out, if this rook moves, this hangs. If this
Yes.
rook moves, then it just is lost. So cannot play it. He went rook f2 back, and now rook e3. Wesley so making Anish's task as difficult as possible. Rook e2 has been played, and now he's offering an exchange.
Oh, I thought you said offering a draw. Generally,
No,
that's
no.
what.
Offering an exchange of rooks. I don't think Anish will draw this game. This looks like a solid edge. Rook d3. Now
rook
slow.
e4. No. You can't go rook e4.
Ah, this one, yeah,
This
g3.
one g3 hangs. That other one, then rook d2, and again the same rook e2. No, you don't want to.
I think you can just
have...
improve your position slightly.
How?
Queen e4.
So here you're not worried about g3, yeah? Knight g3, you have queen e7 check.
Yeah, knight g3.
Tactically,
Queen
it's
e7. He played queen f2, which is also fine.
Yes.
Queen f2.
What will black play?
I don't know. Black's position actually is not easy. We always keep thinking that Anish's position is tough or some things, but even Wesley so has to find very tough moves. Are you feeling tired, Amruta?
Maybe. No, not too much. 30 seconds, I'll keep quiet.
You can go to sleep also.
No.
Oh, now, cool move. Incoming, guys. Cool move incoming. Rook g5 was also good. Queen f5 was very strong actually here. Because then the threat could be this. And if you play knight takes g3, then I want you to find a brilliant move here for white. White to play, guys. White to play. What is the move? Yes, Akash Sutaria, Rishi Mishra, very good. Rook e7 check, and after queen takes e7, you have queen g6, and wherever the king goes, it's a queen g8 mate. Well done, guys. Well done. Very strong and very quick. c4, rook e5, and whoa, man, Wesley so making a comeback here, guys. Actually, queen f5 was better in this position. Anish, I think, missed this entire rook e7 idea, distracting the queen. Because now knight g3 check, king h6, queen f8, king g5. He has to find now rook g2, which is the only move to keep advantage. This is what Wesley so does, man.
And a few people who had written rook g6, that does not work, because for rook g6 check, queen g6 was coming, and d3 was actually protected in a skewer pattern.
Yeah, but also Amruta, look at this now. Anish has maybe given up most of his edge.
Yeah.
And here if you play rook e5 check, then after knight f5, this is too complicated a position. Black king is safe here. So really Anish has to kind of buckle down and find the move rook g2, pinning the knight here. And yes, this king on g5 may not be able to survive this, but when your opponent is Wesley so, he finds all the best defensive moves.
See, that's why I told you the exchange at that point, white would still not be the best. I mean, of course, if you have to play accurately and it's a good decision, but in comparison to his position, there could have been some other things. Of course, it was a very complicated position.
Yeah. Let's see. And he's running low on time now. He's come down to 2 minutes.
So is so tricky.
Yeah, so accurate, so tricky. He is not letting Anish get any point easily. Yes, Anish plays Rook G2, which was the only move in the position. Now Wesley So may go Rook D2. You know, this is the thing about good defensive players, is that bit by bit, they take away their opponent's chances. Like now Rook D2, because the knight is pinned here, you exchange that rook.
Yes. So will he go Rook E3? He went
No,
Rook E3.
he didn't play Rook E3, sorry. He's still on G2. He's still on G2. Here, I mean, black to play.
Black should go Rook D2, that's what you're saying. The other option right now, if black does nothing, just random move, then what do you do? What's your threat?
Yeah, this move now, and just exchange the queens and then win the knight. It's too weak.
King H4, Rook F4.
Check.
Rook H8.
And then win this.
Yes.
So
that's the threat. So there is a direct threat. How does black defend that? King H4 directly right now.
Yes, very
Rook
interesting.
H7 check again.
No, knight H5.
Oh, knight H5 is check.
So here you give a check.
Oh.
I give you a check.
Oh, you will be mated.
No. I will take your queen.
Huh.
Then you will take this pawn. It's a crazy variation.
What?
And then you will take this.
Oh.
And then you will take this. And it will be a kind of an endgame where anything...
I can't even assess this. Like,
No, I mean, it's better for white for sure.
I know, but it's with a lot of danger, no matter what.
But this is how the position is. You really can't have a simple win now. With such a
Yeah,
mess.
this is like no matter whatever the bar says, it's like one move you make a mistake, your king is also weak. Anything can happen, guys. Anything.
And Amruta, look at the beauty here. This knight is the subject of pin and also subject of discovered attack. It's very rare. A same piece cannot move because it is pinned, and a same piece wants to move to give a discovered check.
Yeah.
Both sides want it. Both sides want something from that knight. It's like a tug of war. Who's going to get that knight on G3? Let's see. Oh, he did play Rook E3. He did play Rook E3. I can't believe. I just dropped the rook.
Oh, yeah.
I just made that move. Now it's gone. Rook F7. Now it's just Rook F7.
Yeah, that's what right now we checked. That same
Yes.
thing. He's played Rook F7.
He's played it. I just really. And he played it.
I understand. He played Rook E3. That's what the chat is saying.
Yeah, it's over, guys. Now Anish is not just going to be an exchange up. He will win an entire piece. Because imagine the queen goes to E5 in this position. There is queen D8 check. Or maybe just it remains a pin. And he can go Rook H7 as well. Threatening things like H4 check. And this still remains a pin.
Oh, H4 I'll not play.
I know, I mean, just check also here. There are a lot of ways to win.
Yeah.
So he went
As
queen
like your candy
D1.
shop.
And guys, this is mate in 3 moves.
Mate in 3?
Yes. Because now take.
Mate in 2?
Take.
Okay, once again, is it mate in 2 now?
Yeah, it's mate in 2, guys. Can you find it? Anish did not find it.
It's tough, huh?
No, it's very simple. What is the way? Check, rook takes, and now?
Mate in 2. Mate in 3 missed. Is it H4? Is it H4?
No, not H4, guys. Mate in 2.
Is it Queen C5?
Yes, Queen
Queen
E7.
C5.
Well done, Romkar. And wherever the king goes on the H file, rook H7 is a mate. Look at this.
Queen E7, yes.
So he missed his
Nirnay
chance.
Garg, Swapnil Gupta.
He played rook F1, which is fine. Queen D3. Now, rook F4. And yeah, it's over. I think Wesley is going to resign. In fact, Anish, what he has chosen is also fine. Completely. Rook G4 coming up. Check. Queen F6 coming up. Followed by rook H4. So, too many threats.
Yeah. Busy with Farag says, Sagar drops rook and Wesley plays it. Sagar will like, kabhi kabhi lagta hai ki apunich bhagwan.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh my god, Anish won. Yeah, this is what a game. This
Anish
was
has won the game, guys.
the most complicated game, I would say, of the whole event.
Not really, but it was a great game. It was a great game.
Which other game you found so complicated?
It was a wonderful game played by Anish, and he's tied the scores 1.5, 1.5.
Yeah.
And we are going into the final game of the day.
Oh, it could lead to tie break. Could lead to tie break.
Not today. Today is no tie break. Today is day 1. Tomorrow, if they reach. But if now Wesley is white and he wants to beat Anish, he has to find an antidote against Anish's Grunfeld, which last game was a simple theoretical draw. So now, very quickly, let's go to Magnus Carlsen versus Jan Nepomnessian. Let's try to make some sense of this position on the board. It's so complicated. I don't want to see this. Amruta, what is happening? When I see such positions, I say to myself, how do these people think? Look, first of all, there are these pawns. Black has 6 pawns. White has 6 pawns. So material is even. But white has the bishop pair. Black has only 1 bishop, 2 knights. So white already should be slightly better. You see the 3 pawns around the king. King safety is very important. Black king slightly exposed because the pawns around his king are a little far away. Now we look at piece placement. I like black's pieces. They are all very nicely centrally posted. While what is this knight doing here? What is it doing?
It stops black c5.
It stops black's e5. But who wants to play e5 when there is such a big pin, no?
There will be threats. White has to be very careful on g2, right? Otherwise also, black's queen c6, bishop e7, there's slight danger. You have to be careful. It's just intuitive danger, I would say.
Yeah.
Also, I would say that in this position, you are right. In the piece placement, the knight on b6 and d5, they are interconnected and they fight for the same square in a way. But black is more pieces for its defense than white.
Maybe.
I like it for white. Sorry. I really like it for white. The only thing is, how does he break through? Maybe b3,
there are no
b4.
pawn breaks, I think.
That is the critical thing that white needs. So b3, b4, if he gets at the right time, a4, b4, that's what white needs to get. And whereas for black, to attack on king side is really difficult.
Yeah.
So f4 kind of moves, are they possible? Queen b5. And then what will white play?
Then
no, not for white.
Black plays e4.
Black for black.
A lot of people in the chat here who are watching, guys, if you are enjoying this stream and learning from it, please like the stream so that it can reach more people can join in for the 4th game of Anish Giri.
These guys make it 5,000 so that we can all support.
No, but we have not even reached 3,000. What 5,000?
What? We have reached 4.2k. Live people
likes.
4.2k.
Likes.
No? Likes I am asking 5,000.
But how can they make likes 5,000?
अरे कुछ तो हो जाएगा गए. Tension मत.
Amruta is like 5,000 मांग लेंगे तो 2,000 3,000 तो हो ही जाएगा.
Yeah.
It's like grandmaster बनने का सोचा है तो IM तो बन ही जाएंगे. And then, but the problem is then grandmaster बनना, the full lifelong you want to become. Unfulfilled dreams.
So people from other countries are also enjoying this stream. That's what a few chats I read in between. Brazil, France, Nepal, Philippines, of course.
I mean, guys, if you think about this position, it's very complicated. But I want to tell you about Wesley So. He was born in the Philippines and had a very tough childhood. In fact, I had interviewed him once. And it was not at all easy. Like, he grew up from one of those towns in the Philippines where it was not like a rich place. He came up from a very tough background. And from there to become such a world-class player means a lot. And he's a true genius. And, you know, there's one thing that Amruta can boast about here is that at some point in her life, she played against Wesley So.
Oh, yes. He was 2300 and something. 23
in Malaysian Open.
And he crushed with a Sicilian attack from white.
He crushed you?
Yeah.
That time Wesley was just, I think,
No,
around.
but he was very, like, he was still
But he must be what?
an upcoming talent. He was a
14, 15, 13,
he was
14 years
young,
old.
young, maybe. Ah, we have people from South Africa, USA, Bahrain. Very nice. North Korea, Pakistan, Singapore,
Very nice.
Bangladesh, Fiji. Nice.
Amazing. Thank you for following this. Utkarsh Pawar, thank you for your super chat. Also, I believe that, oh, we have 3.3 likes, 3.4 likes. Wow.
How much you wanted?
No, I don't want anything.
No,
I'm
how
like
much
this
you asked?
goalless man who is like, jitna like milega usse khush rahega.
Oh.
Okay, queen b3 has been played by Nepo. You see that you put the queen in here. Ooh, and bishop c3. Now the question is, can you pick up this pawn? Takes and take this pawn. Magnus Carlsen realizes that it helps him to do two things. One is that it opens up his bishop. The other one is that it opens up his rook. For the cost of one pawn, that's great. So he would take on hb7, king b7, and play a4, looking at ideas of trying to open up with a5. So here bishop c3. And if Nepo is not getting tempted to take that bishop, then this position should remain okay. But then Magnus Carlsen has a very sly idea. He wants to come knight f3 and he wants to come to knight here. But guys, Nepomnessian now sacrifices something. Amruta, I think Magnus Carlsen might have been taken up by surprise here.
Exactly.
Did you find the move?
No. I saw the move actually in the notation, but exactly, as I said, yeah, intuitively, that's something which will be there. H2B8 diagonal seems crucial. Might bear something for white. H2B8.
Akshay Bridge Bhushan. Yes, maybe. Akshay, this could be an important diagonal. But right now, Nepomnessian has surprised. Oh, Anish Giri has tweeted already. Also not bad something. Knight f4. Did people find it?
Not yet. Yes, Arpan Basu Hemant Yadav right now, just when you said it. Shaurya Savlani.
Do you see this, Amruta? Because gf4 now, the knight is defending the bishop, guys. So it's not like this bishop is hanging.
So is it just a sacrifice, and
It's a
for
long
what
term.
reason?
It's a long-term sacrifice. Guys, try to figure out what is black's move. What?
No, Sagar. Is there any idea with rook g2, knight g2, rook g8, or you have an
f3.
Yeah, so
So
this
yeah,
does
very
not
nice
work
variation.
because rook g2, knight g2, if rook g8 attacking this here and this, then you go f3.
Beautiful.
It's defended. So that does not work. It's a blunder.
So what is the
You
move?
go bishop. That's f3 is the threat. So I would say bishop g2, knight g2, and suppose you go something like rook g. I don't know.
But
Rook
then king
g7.
h1.
Just king h1. And again, I don't think you have enough.
Knight e3.
You can just move your knight. So that's the reason.
Rook g4 is the correct move. How many people found rook g4? Well done, guys.
1 second.
Because with rook g4, you then attack this knight. And if the knight now moves to f3, then the other rook jumps in on the g file and you lose a piece. So therefore, Magnus Carlsen has been taken back by surprise. I'm sure he missed this move, knight f4. He played f3 over here. No, he played h3 here, which is a very nice move. f3 was a mistake. Rook h4. Bishop
Look at Magnus,
check.
he is having only 1.5 minutes and Nepo is having 7 minutes. That is also a dangerous thing.
King a6. Look at where
King
the
on
king is
a6
going.
is safe.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I don't like white's position actually. I will tell you the truth, Amruta, because rook g8 and it seems like these two rooks and this bishop, like if suppose knight jumps to d5, the knight has a great square, but the only thing going on for white right now is that the e6 pawn is weak. So therefore the position is not very stable. If you would put the f5 pawn back on f7, then maybe everything black is doing is fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, d5 by Magnus Carlsen. He's just
It's
one
a
minute.
bad move. It is a bad move, as the bar says. Why? 95?
Yeah, just
Oh,
take.
he's just trying to gain some counterplay
He
by
was
giving
like-
material.
He was like that. If my knight sits on d, ooh, he sacrifices a rook now.
He's giving back the exchange, you mean? Rook e6, queen d5. It's not going to be enough.
What exchange back? It was equal only.
No, he got a piece here. No.
No, he had got back on h4. Now rook e6,
right,
rook
right.
e6. Amruta has happened on the board. Queen d5, rook g6 check. What is Magnus Carlsen's idea? He's now lost, totally lost. Ian Nepomnessian not only has a better position, but also is up majorly on time.
Yeah, if he
Also,
goes king h2, it is dead lost. Queen c2.
there is only one move. No, don't. Queen c4 is hanging. Guys, find the winning move here.
Okay.
He went king f1 in the game. Sorry, he went king f1. But what happens to king h2? There's only one move. And also, remember that the lone queen can't do much. This rook is really out of the game. If it was on e1, that was great compensation.
Yeah, it's a simple move, right? No. There are two possibilities. I am only confused.
Because now Magnus has threats of queen c6 check. Then if you go queen b6, there is take.
Rook h6, rook
Queen
h3,
b5.
g4, queen b5. Vansh Desai got queen b5.
Well done,
Vansh,
Vansh.
we met you yesterday.
Well
Very
done.
nice.
Well done.
Queen
That is
b5.
the right move.
Anirudh Potawad, Shaurya Savlani, yes. Queen b5.
So king f1 was played in this position. And now queen b5 once again. Rook
Queen
d1.
b5 is a very tough move, Sagar.
He found it. And now after rook f4, if you count the number of pawns, you're not only an exchange up, but also pawn up. And so Magnus Carlsen is going to lose this game.
What a brilliant play by Nepo again.
Would that mean Nepomnessian would beat Magnus today? Wow, that would be
What?
something.
How? Oh, they drew.
2-1 will be the score because they've drawn 2. You would just need a draw. That too with white. f4, cool move. Because if king e2, you go rook takes h3. He plays rook f5.
Knight f4 changed the course of the game like anything. And yeah, it was very hard to expect that move at that time.
Agreed. He just wants to now kind of simplify. If you play bishop f4, there is rook e4. And if you play rook f4, I'll just exchange.
Yeah.
So therefore, he went bd4. Now rook e4.
And then what about Anish? Have they played? By chance, have they finished? Because
No, they have not started, I think, yet. Anish has not started. Here, Nepo. Oh, king g2.
rook d3 he'll go.
How about
Go
rook?
rook d3
How
or-
about rook takes a3?
What?
B takes a3 and rook d4.
No, but why?
Yeah.
Why you want to give it? With Magnus, you don't want to give him just a little bit advantage.
True. Now d4 is hanging.
Bishop c3 you'll have to go.
Oh man, Nepomnessian winning this.
And not just winning this, in this manner.
Also, it reminds me of this game, Mikhail Tal versus Botvinnik. And there's this very nice story which I will tell you if you guys can remind me after this game. I always ask this question to the chat for two reasons. One is whether they are interested or not in the story, and second is because I don't want to interrupt the flow of the game right now.
Correct.
Ooh, d4, bishop b4. And now you can even come like this. Rook e2. Resigns. Nepo has won it. He has done it. He has beaten Magnus Carlsen in a way where it was simply phenomenal play.
So right now Carlson needs to strike back with black color if he wants to equalize today. And Anish is also 1.5, right? They are on.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting, 4th round. Oh my god.
So Magnus Carlsen versus Nepo will begin, and then Wesley So versus Anish will also start. Is anyone interested to see this sacrifice by
Tal, right?
Tal.
Story, please. Yeah, people are saying Tal story, Tal story.
Okay. I
And
will
one
tell
more
you.
super chat later whenever you want to take
Anirudh.
it. Aniruddha Saikya says, what
Anirudh
is the
Saikya,
meaning
come
of
on.
life according to you? Why?
Come
Why
on.
you're laughing? Why? Come on. The
We have
question.
discussed this before, and I think he had some interesting points last time as well. Now he's asking this question again. Okay,
Okay.
so just
Nepo,
remember
GG, good
this.
game. Yes, let's hear
The
this.
real game, like here, began when Carlson moved his bishop from d2, which was controlling the f4 square, and came here. And Nepo said, "Hey, you missed this." Magnus said, "Okay, maybe I missed, but I'll push you away, and then I'll give you a check." And here is where Magnus lost his cool. And I think it's very natural. He could have played king h2 here and then knight d5. And in this position, this sacrifice actually works. Because now, this is hanging and there is no check. So even if you go rook e h6, then after queen c6, queen b6, queen c4 or queen c8 or queen a4, it leads to a draw. It leads to a draw by perpetual, like this. But the very fact that Magnus was a slightly, how do you say, impatient, he gave this and he took here and he just forgot, I guess, that his opponent can give a check and now just come back and now there is no check.
Right. Very important point.
Yeah. So the story goes the following way, that here is this let me pull up that famous game. Okay, so this was the, I don't know if you guys have this small background, but let me just pull up this game.
Thank you so much, Meet Agarwal, for your super chat.
Yeah, Meet, thank you.
Sagar, everyone is waiting for the story.
Okay. So the story
And
goes...
Anish game has started, but
Really?
you can complete the story if you want.
Okay, so the story goes like this, that Mikhail Tal, just 23 years of age, faces the big giant player Mikhail Botvinnik in the World Championship match of 1960. Now, in this game, it was a King's Indian, and somehow, instead of kingside attack, Black had started playing on the queen side. Tal was black. And here, after the move f5, ef5, bishop f5, rook a1, everyone was watching that what will Tal do here. His trainer, Alexander Koblenz, he just looked at the position and said, Misha will now sacrifice his knight in this position. And everyone was like, no, you are crazy. You are crazy. He won't do that. He said, I know my Misha. And you know what Tal played in the next move? Tell us. Tell me what was the move that Tal played in this position. It's a very, very famous move. And it shows you a little bit of this Nepo-like move. The same square.
Yanjun, Dynamic Chess, Yanjun, Yashas Indalkar, Vatsal, Makul, Knight f4.
Beautiful move. Knight f4, gf, ef, and this opens up the bishop and also pushes here. Next move, f3 could come in. And you know how this is not like a 100% correct sacrifice, but it's a Tal sacrifice. And after queen b2, rook b1, f3, fe2, and he's just pieced down here, but he managed to beat his opponent and won the game.
Wow.
So,
But did he tell why he expected him to give a sacrifice?
Because it's just like he worked with him so many times, so many years.
The
and
style,
that,
yeah.
It's a very well-known story.
Right.
Okay, guys, let's go to now Anish Giri's final game of the day against Wesley So.
D4 we have.
Okay,
Wesley
So in his house. Okay, beautiful house in Minnesota. You've seen his video. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Just type Wesley So house on YouTube, you'll find it. He's sitting there and he's like, one and a half. Last game I played with Anish, he played brilliant theory in Grunfeld. I can't match him there because in 10 minutes I can't prepare a thing. So what will I do? I'll go still for the Grunfeld, but instead of the main line, I have a side line prepared, which is bishop f4, which has some feel of the London system. Of course, it's not the London because there's a pawn here. It's one of the main lines in the Grunfeld, guys. But it's not played as often these days because it's considered that black can equalize not so difficult with the move c5 later on here. Castles, rook c1, and instead of this move c5, I think c5 is one of the main moves here. Bishop e6 is Anish's choice. And his point is that I will take here with my bishop defending this pawn. So Wesley So says, but Anish, I don't understand this. What's your plan for c5 now? Now, isn't your bishop looking silly on e6? Anish says, not really. I'll go c6 first, defending my d5 pawn. And the moment you will move, like here, bishop d3, I'll play bishop to g4. Eventually, what Anish would like to do is get in this e5 break, guys. If he can make this e5 break possible, he would be the happiest person in the world. Now, after, he plays knight ge2. What is the move here that you would like to play? In fact, I would like to send some kids away to school. You know this term, right? In a house where there are a lot of kids and the house is small and everyone wants to use the washroom, everyone wants to have the breakfast, everyone is crying and everyone is like, I want to use it. You need to send some kids away to school. And here Anish could have done that by just taking on e2, queen e2, and then eventually playing knight bd7 when there is enough space for all the kids in the position. So he will go rook e8 and e5 and or knight h5 and e5, and black is doing very well. So the question is, why didn't Anish take and send one of his kids to school? Maybe he wanted to play b6 and play it over there. So knight to a4. Okay, this knight comes to a4 and he wants to hit all these pawns here. Maybe b5, but I don't like this fact that you leave the tension in the position and then c6 pawn could become a small weakness, but it's possible to play that way. Let's see what Anish comes up with. Anish comes up with a very interesting move. Now, I have a question for everyone in the chat. Knight bd7 or knight fd7? Which move would you play? This is an important question here, guys. Which move are you going to play? Knight bd7 or knight fd7? Amruta, is this played before?
So this was played by Anish Giri against Nepo
Oh.
until c5.
Springfield Cup 2019.
Knight fd7, knight bd7, knight bd7, knight fd7, knight bd7.
All
Actually,
those who
50%.
say, yeah, very interesting. All those who say knight bd7, guys, the problem is that yes, you want to develop your undeveloped piece, but first of all, e5 won't be possible because you need another support. You see, white has 2. So, and the second thing is that after cb6, this c6 pawn starts to hang. So when that is the case, a very typical move is knight fd7, because now this knight defends c6, and secondly, you open up 2 attacks against the e5 square.
Yes, absolutely. D Sandeep, very correct. Knight fd7 opens that bishop up.
Very good, very good. So f3 was played, and now the one kid is like, what to do? He could have gone away. Now suddenly he has to go back to the house, and then everyone is like, hey, e7 pawn is like, I wanted to do something in my life. Why are you coming here and all of that? But what is the best move for black here, guys? What is the best move for black? Find the move. You know, when you're playing the Grunfeld or when you're playing the King's Indian, you need to punch. You can't be sitting there and you can't be like, oh, hello, namaste and all of that. And your opponent is hitting you, you hit him back. How does black play here? Black to move.
Bishop f5.
Bishop-
e5.
Oh, bishop f5, possible.
e5.
Yes, whoever said e5, well done, guys. This is known
देवेश
as
खंडेलवाल, शौर्य सवलानी, GM नीलेश, आदित्य लाखे, तेजस, हर्ष,
beautiful move.
Omkar.
E5, and if D takes E5, now the bishop is like comes back and everyone is happy. Suddenly
Wow.
there is space for everyone.
And if for E5, if you take FG4, then you, like for example, FG takes and then knight F4, I think your king is very weak, right?
Rook E8, yes. And E3 pawn is hanging.
Right. Okay,
Compensation, compensation.
very nice. So what
Oh,
happened in the
he
game?
He played E5.
This.
Anish played E5.
Oh, this happened on the board.
And he didn't take with the bishop. Wesley took with the he didn't take with the pawn, he took with the bishop.
Knight takes
Anish
E5.
took DE, and now this guy is hanging.
You will of course take FG4 first.
Do you
Oh,
think-
sorry. D5. Right now that happened, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has
Now,
to
now
do-
black to play. I was thinking bishop E6, but do you think Amruta, Anish is capable of finding a move like bishop H6? I think
course,
no
of course.
human can find this, no? Because after this, bishop E3, the king
So
is
do you
stuck
mean
in
if
the
Anish
center.
by chance finds it, he's not a human?
Yeah. Well, because he didn't find it. That's why I said it. He didn't
Okay.
find it. He plays bishop C8. But guys, bishop H6, unbelievable move. Yeah, such moves cannot be found. If Anish does come here after the game and we ask him about bishop H6, he's like, Sagar, come on. I can't find moves like this. We'll see his reaction. Yeah, what he says.
Bishop H6 is a question to ask for sure.
Okay, bishop C8.
Sagar, but Wesley So has also played this same line against MVL in 2016 with white. At that time, he had lost. Then Anish Giri played in 2019 and he himself analyzed the game. He played against Nepo. At that 2019 August, he said that at some point the C5 variation had become trendy and it had quickly established as the main line against white's bishop F4 rook C1 setup. And C5 is most principled. The pawn push is justified by the fact that black has misplaced his C8 bishop for this structure. On E6, it disturbs the thematic E5 advance.
Very nice.
So that is
So this is the analysis Amruta is reading from the mega database. Anish has analyzed it.
Yes, you can check it out, guys.
So now, if you see, all the pieces are back on their initial squares, but in return, he plays the move F6. Anirudh Saikia, once the games are over and you get some time, please tell us how your journey of chess started. When did you start playing and who taught you? Sure. Just after the games are over, I would like to read one passage from this book and also tell you this. So thank you. I'll do that.
Harshil Shah, thank you so much for becoming the backer of Indian chess.
Thank you for becoming a member. Okay, now E takes F6. You take with the queen.
Okay.
And this is what has happened in the game. So Anish actually has managed to
Create counterplay. You
create
can
some counterplay. There is a backward pawn here. The knight on A4 is slightly on the side of the board. Wesley says that I'm a pawn up.
castle. Can he not just castle?
Yeah, I think he will castle.
Okay.
And he's a pawn up, so he has a
Yeah.
good position. I think somewhere here, Anish could have done better than what he did in the game. Like, for example, first of all, here, I really don't think B6 was the best idea.
Okay.
He could have just taken and
Bishop
maybe
E2.
after Queen E2 or Bishop
And
E2
then
just
knight
played
F8.
Knight BD7.
Knight BD7 now.
Knight H5, E5, you know, these things would have given black a very comfortable position. So when he played B6, Wesley took the chance and when Knight A4, and no, not B5, now Knight of D7 was played, and then F3, E5.
It is also possible that this is sometime he may have prepared, this E5 variation and he has forgotten the move bishop h6. Let's say that is a possibility because
Yeah. So now Queen takes F6 and castling has been done.
thank you so much Sumit Nahata for becoming a backer of Indian chess.
Thank you for
And
becoming a member.
Himanshu Agarwal, yes, there is a Discord for ChessBase.
Yes, Nightbot has just put in the link here. Thanks, Flashbin, for putting in that link. And now, guys, E3 pawn is hanging.
Queen d2.
But then eventually, this would...
Black has good compensation for sure because on the e file there is a lot of pressure, but he needs to really develop that b8 knight, which I don't see easy. Like you need to play maybe b5. Would you go for that so that
Not so soon. I would like to keep up the thing. So
Yeah.
for example,
22 was played.
you see,
Yeah.
can we take this? Is this even a possibility?
Takes AB6. This will knight B6. I was checking rook A2. I think it's just
But
I
then
don't know.
knight C8
Rook C8.
and then castles.
You giving back the B2 pawn, rook B2. So
Yeah.
I don't think Wesley wants to give back. He wants to hold on to that pawn.
Maybe just try for some attacking chance. That's
But
what I
difficult
wanted
to
to do.
assess. I would say difficult to assess. You're allowing the rook on 7th rank. Some counterplay always happens. You have to be accurate in those kind of positions. Though Wesley is accurate, but if he can avoid, then it's good.
Yeah, and now Anish has a question to solve. Because CB6, he has been okay until now.
Yes.
But sooner
Now.
or later, he has to push.
Now.
But he really doesn't want to take.
Yes.
Because if you take knight c5, the knight sits here beautifully.
Too irritating.
Yeah. So you don't want to do that.
So can we try B5?
B5, I think, is best. But also you can play rook e8, Amruta. Because now if CB6...
Oh, he played rook e8. He played rook e8.
Oh, he played rook e8. Anish is actually, you know, this very feeling in chess
Yes.
that I have not developed my pieces and I must develop them as soon as possible is very natural for anyone who is improving at this game. So if a first sight I tell you who's better in this position, I'm sure 90% of you will say white because black's pieces are undeveloped. But Anish realizes that this is not something that is affecting him so badly because remaining pieces are doing well and the pieces also can come out very quickly. It's not like they will take a lot of time.
True. I
So
agree.
sometimes just superficially, he's not trying to do makeup in the position like, oh, I will put my bishop here, then I'll put my knight here when all his pieces are passive. He's actually looking for the right opportunity to develop them. It's very important.
Yeah, Sagar, I think you're right. And if you look at the position superficially, of course, white seems better. Now you look deeper, and there are a lot of complications, a lot of weaknesses in white's position. It's complex. It's
Also,
interesting.
really to play b5, I don't want to do it because when the knight jumps
Committed,
here
yeah,
and it
it's like
attacks
it's
here.
no thing. So you are trying to keep in.
Yeah.
That's true. Sumit says first time took membership for any channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Sumit.
Thank
That's
you.
very kind of
Very
you.
kind.
Yeah. So how
Yeah.
does white?
Roshan actually also points out very well. By the way, yesterday he was here and Roshan is a strong player from Pune who's now in the US. Says black is underdeveloped. White lacks a bit of coordination with knight on a4 and pawn on e3 being strong weaknesses. Correct.
Yes.
Rook f3 by Wesley. Now this is one move which I do not like so much, Amruta. Wesley is being too materialistic and Anish is going to now develop a piece with a tempo. Guys, what is that move that he will play so that he can now get it out?
Ashu Mehta, thank you for becoming the backer of Indian chess.
Thank you so much.
And you asked them such a question with that too with such hints, Sagar. I tell you, don't give them so many hints.
Yes.
D from California.
You are right.
Absolutely right.
Satvik Verma, well done. Well done. Very quick. Ooh, look at the chat.
Nobody will get it wrong. It means the question.
No,
Sagar was too kind.
there are people who are writing BG5 because they can't write the notation correctly.
Okay, only one person. I'm going to take his suggestion. D4 he said, but it does not work.
Dynamic
because
chess.
Dynamic chess.
Dynamic chess a little bit too over creative, yeah, here. Like after knight d4, it seems like you are just losing a pawn.
Yes.
So just bishop g4, why not?
Okay, but bishop g for rook g3, then what? You want to give the bishop for the knight?
Yeah, now I'll give
This
it.
is something I'm not comfortable with.
Why?
Because the knight on e2 is okay.
No, it has
potentially on d4. And
So
then
what I
it's
will do
gonna
now,
attack
look,
c6.
Amruta. Now you take, and now that c6 is no longer can be attacked by the knight, I will close it. And then I will play knight bd7 and I will say that now I have everything nicely set up.
Everything nicely set up. But I'm really worried about this structure of
Hey, no, come on. It's no big deal. No big deal.
this. Okay, so what? Bishop knight f6 you will play?
Possible. Or maybe I was thinking
Oh, you had a good move here. What?
knight
d4.
c5,
Now.
knight c5. I was thinking I'll win a pawn.
You will win a pawn. b4 and all. Okay, b4, a5, a3. Lot of counterplay coming. Wow.
But why is Anish thinking so much for bishop g4?
maybe too many decisions because b5 is one consideration.
If
as
you
we
don't
know.
like giving up the bishop, I'm sure that a lot of people don't like that this bishop can be just given up, you know. But I'm thinking more not from the perspective of giving up a bishop. I'm thinking that I do not have so much space here and my pieces are a little bit cramped. So why don't I just develop with a
Yes.
tempo? Get
I agree, and also if you want to maintain the b6 structure like that, no, you are going to play b5. At the same time, you are going to put pressure on c5 on. Let's try to understand what if direct b5. Okay, because it's the same thing. You go back knight c3, I go knight d7, and I attack. Okay.
But then why?
Now you have
Imagine you don't have the bishop in this position. That's so nice.
So that's what. If knight d4, I go bishop b7. Of course, this bishop is.
Now you just compare, Amruta. Now you just compare this piece with this piece.
Yeah.
And then you say that you have an option to actually go here and kill it.
Yeah.
It's like
In
that, you know, in these
now
movies,
hindsight,
Amruta,
I
in these
say.
movies,
Yeah.
where you have these scenes where someone puts a gun on the head and then it's like, I'm going to shoot you.
Okay.
And then you say, okay, I'm letting you go. And then that same person comes and makes your life a mess. So Anish is like, I don't want to get into that position where I can actually go and kill this knight. But in fact, I will go and sit here and the knight will dominate me. Of course, he went bishop g4 here. Guys, he did it. Anish is not... He understands this stuff. Took here and now bishop takes e2. After bishop e2, now b5. That would be a cool move. This is all easy stuff for a player of Anish's stature. b5. Because there's no other good move, no? If you play knight d7, he will take cb6 and then the c6 pawn will hang. So, and you don't want to take bc5 because the knight will sit like a boss on c5. So, taking all of this into consideration, you will have to go b5.
True. Very true. Wow. What a position. Quite different, I would say, in comparison to normal, usual positions. Right,
Yeah.
Sagar?
True. And by the way, the game between Magnus Carlsen and Wesley So has begun with a bishop b5 check.
Sicilian.
And Magnus, Amruta, because he needs to win this game, went for knight d7. Now all of you are aware that bd7 is a simple way to play. But when you want to win with black, you have to go knight d7, castles, knight f6, rook e1, a6, bishop f1, b6. And the problem with Nepo is that he doesn't know how to play just very, very dry chess. He always likes to play interesting chess. So
That's
here,
what today he's played quite solid openings in that sense. Like he has changed his style, right?
yeah, true. But here, I mean, it's just opening stage and things will heat up here. We will have to see if Magnus Carlsen can get back the full point against his opponent. Yeah, coming back here, just trying to flip the board. Okay. Oh, Anish went knight d7. Interesting choice.
Directly knight d7. So right now is cb6 not possible?
This looks very drawish now.
No, cb6, ab6, and then rook. No, you can't take rook c6.
Why? Ah, the
Rook
right is
a4.
agree. Yeah, true. This is okay.
Oh, but then if you cannot, what? How is this bar saying just okay? You are a piece down. Queen d5 check.
Yeah, but king h8.
You getting compensation for this?
Rook c7. Little bit of problems.
Oh my god, this is interesting.
And now Amruta, actually the only good move might be, because if you play rook d8, there is bishop b5.
Oh, bishop b5. Yes.
Putting pressure like this and like this. So the best move here could be rook d4. Ah, that is so tough. Because if you take here, I play queen e2 threatening mate in 1.
No,
Chess
you
can
can't
be
find
tough.
rook d4.
Chess
You
can be
can't
tough.
find rook d4.
Let's see how this game goes now. I don't think Wesley will get into all this mess.
If Wesley gets into this mess, then I'm gonna be speechless.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice one.
What?
Rhyming.
Oh yeah.
Guys, every day when I'm commentating, I read, today was my JEE exam, tomorrow is my JEE exam, yesterday was my JEE exam. I don't know how many JEE exams are there. Everyone trying to
Or
give
again,
JEE.
individual, like they get different dates. By the way, in between, let me just tell you, we have 4,000 likes. Thank you so much. And
Wow.
right now we have 4,382 people watching. So the remaining 382, please do like the stream because the games
Amruta
are
is
exciting.
so unknown to the YouTube game that she thinks that from this 4,382 that are watching, 4,000 have liked, 382 haven't liked. Amruta.
Okay,
Some
if
people
I
have
am
liked.
wrong, then the likes should already go beyond 4,400.
No,
So let me see.
so you understand, right? Some people liked and already went away.
Yes.
It's quite
So
possible.
new people have come. Okay. So maybe we have 2,000 new people. So guys, please like, at least we should have 5,000 likes. And look, we have 4.4k likes
That's
in 30
exactly.
seconds.
Exactly, that's what I was
It
saying.
increased. So guys, 5,000. That's the aim for today. Thank you.
am getting some really
What happened? Knight f6.
good, like black's position is looking better and better. The knight is now looking at this huge hole. This hole on e4 is even bigger than these potholes which are created in Mumbai during rainy season. Look at this. Once the knight sits here, it hits the queen and the rook. It's such a juicy fork.
Sagar, if you go bishop d3 here,
Yeah,
knight e4.
I would love to first close this down.
This is where I am having a doubt. Like Anish is, I believe, every move considering this move, but not playing it. You see, so I don't really know at which point he's really going to
Maybe
go for
this
that.
is the good point. Although I think every point was good to play this b5 move. But now I think he will go knight c3 back. But then there is b takes c5. So actually it's very difficult to understand. He played knight c3. He's played it. He's played knight c3. And the question is, can Anish win a pawn here with this? Guys, this is very important moment. How does white get an advantage here? You would think it's a nice juicy free pawn, but Wesley so always has these little tactics that in the position.
Also, they are not like very obvious, right?
Yeah.
His tactics are quite deep.
Very deep ones, very advanced
They're not
tactics.
cheap tactics. They're expensive tactics.
Cheap thrills. Oh, okay. JE exams takes place on 4 days and for 4 months. Okay, got it. Guys, oh, nice. Pratik Godke, well done. GM Nilesh, Dushyant R, well done. Aditya Agarwal, Samir Inamdar, yes. Knight D5. No, not Samir, not Knight B5. Knight D5. The point is, if you take back, then your queen is hanging. And if you move your queen and take this, which you might have thought is,
Bishop c4.
yes, pin.
And your queen is not hanging on d2 because it's a pin.
It's a pin. Very good. So here Anish has taken on c5. Now I hope that Anish does not fall for this trick. I'm sure he spots queen c5, knight d5, because whenever, you know, these top players are like, how do I say, they smell tactics in a second. They're like, my opponent is giving me a free pawn. There must be something wrong. And yes, Anish has seen it. He plays rook a d8, just bringing his rook to the center of the board and angling for the d4 break.
So has reached the finals in all the games, right?
No, in 2 tournaments.
In two
Because there's one where Rajabov and Ronian played.
Right. Correct.
So in out of 3, he's reached in 2.
Raja beat, I think. Yes.
So here, Magnus Carlsen has just got the position he would have hoped for in this game, where he's in a must win. Because queen c7, d3, castles, his opponent took, de, and in such positions, the beauty of the doubled pawns is seen in full glory. Now look at this. In your head, remove this pawn from e7, e6. Okay? If you remove the pawn from e6, the d3 pawn is weak, but a knight would come and sit on d5. And then this pawn would be difficult to attack. But because these pawns are doubled, you get an open file here to attack the d3 weakness, and also the knight cannot sit here. So, just like how that ad is there, right? Daag अच्छे होते हैं. What was which?
Yeah, Surf Excel or Ariel, I think.
Surf Excel. And they say sometimes daag अच्छे होते हैं. Like stains are good sometimes on your clothes when you do something good. Same way I would like to say, sometimes doubled pawns अच्छे होते, sometimes they are good, because here now they allow black to put pressure on the d file.
Absolutely agree. Like if this pawn was here, okay, I can't take it.
Yeah, if it was back, there would be no open file. If this pawn was not there, d5 square would be weak. So both pawns kind of collaborate with each other, and that's how it works. So d, b takes c5, bishop takes c5, knight a4, and now bishop d4. Magnus Carlsen slowly trying to improve.
Yeah, now he'll go slowly. Knight d7, f5.
Oh,
He has
Amruta,
it
Wesley So has blundered. That's what everyone's saying. Man, let's quickly look at what has he made a mistake. So we left it at b takes c5, b takes c5, rook a d8. Wesley So now very, I think Wesley is like, how is Anish playing so accurate chess? Let me go for an attack, f5. And here actually Anish could have won instantly. Guys, can you find the move for black, which was very powerful?
Instantly.
Yes, very powerful move. Very tough though. When your king is under fire, here you feel like, oh, you should do it. Of course, Anish's move was not bad, but there was a very strong move. What was the mistake here? I mean, Amruta.
Is it d4?
Not d4, not d4, guys. Bishop
Bishop
h6.
h6.
Beautiful.
Mudit Gupta, Ayush Khandelwal, Deborshi Das, Rochi, Ishan Arora.
Well done,
Hope
guys.
is good. Very good.
All
very
those who
good.
found this,
Vaibhav
it's
Goel.
very difficult to defend this. If you go back knight d1 trying to defend this, you have knight e4 fork. And if in this position you try to
bishop
defend
h6
it
is
with
tough.
king f2,
Yeah.
which looks horrible,
Ugly,
then
ugly, too ugly.
zoom. This is a lost position. So Anish could have spotted bishop h6, but he played gf5, which is not bad. He said, okay, thanks for the free
So
pawn.
it is the second time in this game where bishop h6, was a very tough move to find, you can say.
Because you're not thinking in that direction.
Yes.
Now knight e4 has been played here by Anish, knight e4, fe4. So we come to a position where Anish is a pawn up. Not really. Actually, the pawns are equal, but this pawn may fall very soon. He's better, but because it's opposite colored bishops, it might not be so simple.
Yeah. Or the other way around. Because it is opposite colored bishops, it's simple.
Yeah, possible.
Because if you get d4, cd4, I mean, I'm just thinking the e pawn is like a crazy passer, and you have the c5 weakness, which is on dark square.
Yes,
And
I agree. In fact, d4 is a very powerful move here if Anish plays it. And also, I must give a hat, like, tip my hat to Anish Giri, because Wesley So, who looked like a machine, who looked like a player who would never blunder, Anish is making him go wrong
absolutely.
in every single game, which is unbelievable. So rook f8. Now Wesley goes bishop f5. Wesley is defending with all his might. Rook to f6. Somehow this might be difficult. I feel like Anish should have taken this chance to play d4.
d4 is very strong, right? Here, if it is working, why not to take bishop d4 is a check, king h1, king h8. And I don't see a way to defend, like to stop e3. Yes, h2 is weak.
We had a super chat.
1 second. We had a super chat. 4.9k people watching. Please, guys, 5k likes. Let's go. And yeah, we had a super chat. 1 second. I'll just read. Rohit Kumar says, Sagar bhai, hats off to your dedication. India has won today. Let's hope Anish also wins. We want him in finals.
Yeah, let's hope. But Wesley So is not going to give him easy points here, because he is coming in with his bishop and the queen. And remember, when you have opposite color bishops, the side with dash is better. The side with dash. Fill in the blank, guys. What comes in the dash?
Check your filling the blanks. And we have done 5k likes.
Oh,
Sagar,
beautiful.
that's
Nice.
what?
Nice.
When you're goalless, you can never reach 5k. But then you can reach 10k.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, guys, 5k done. Now let's go 10k.
Yes, chat OP. Absolutely chat OP.
Attack initiative, well done, guys. Dynamic chess, Swastik Sahu, all those people who say attack initiative,
Ishat Shivare.
very
yes,
good.
Yes.
The side with an attack has an advantage, the side with an initiative. Initiative is basically you are able to call the shots. So if Wesley So would have got queen h5, attack here, bishop attacking here, rook is here, he would be better. But Anish is like, hey Wesley, not so soon, I'm attacking your bishop and you can't come with the queen. Queen g4, blunder, blunder, big blunder. Guys, find the winning move. Find the winning move here.
I was just going to say this position still doesn't seem very easy for white, and
it's a big blunder. It's over because and Anish has found it before the chat could. Before the chat could, because now this is a big problem down the
Rahul
F5.
Agarwal was only on time.
Oh, look at this. He's found rook f2 and now Anish has to only simply play his king to h8.
That he will play. That he will
Because
play. You cannot play rook f5, guys. You know that, right?
yes, this would not win. This would in fact lose to queen g7 mate.
This is what Wesley saw, and he played it quickly. Of course, he would have seen rook f8, but he missed king h8. Like
I
sometimes
think
it's just a blind spot.
If suppose I just waste moves,
Oh my
then the
God.
main point is that now you go bishop h6 and this bishop cannot move anymore because f2 is hanging. But Wesley So had actually prepared the move bishop e6
So
here.
he has seen it. He
Yes.
does not even consider this as a blunder.
Not really. But the point is, Amruta, now rook
Oh.
f1 would have been a check. That's why he played rook f2. Queen is hanging. But queen e7, Anish has looked deeper. And now the point is rook takes here could be hanging. Or rook takes f2. So now
So what to play? Rook
if you
f6
take
then rook
here,
f6.
mate.
Okay, queen f6 double attack.
It's a mate.
No, bishop f5.
A
You
bishop.
can't take on f5.
But bishop f5.
Queen f1 check.
And yes, check. King,
King
f2.
f2, rook f5 check. No. Sorry. Not rook f5. First, maybe queen a2
How about
check.
take this?
Yeah, just give some checks and take some
And
material.
there,
Again, check.
check.
No, you go queen b1, queen c2, queen d1, queen d2.
Ah, yes. Very good. Check.
Check king, queen e1 mate.
Okay, just a very poor line, but that's how it would work. In some
He
way,
did play bishop f5.
he went bishop f5 back.
Oh, and he played bishop h6.
Yeah, and now, guys, it is over. Everything is coming to an
But
end
right now,
because
what's the threat, Sagar?
the threat is just coming back here, I think. Or let's say, I mean, we can make a random move and we'll realize, okay, queen e5, just finish.
Yeah, now there is no pressure on g8, g7.
But the question is, what happens to queen h4? Let's ask the chat. After queen h4, because h6 is under pressure, what is the move here that gives the win for black? In fact, it's not even a killer move, guys. It's just about kind of keeping control and telling white that, look, your pieces are very clumsily placed. Something is going to fall sooner or later. Not rook f5. Rook f5 would mean that queen takes e7 is hanging.
So Sagar, actually what Wesley thought in the whole calculation, that there was a trick which Anish will fall. And then when Anish played, he didn't realize that he still blundered. So it was just about looking deeper. Oh my God.
It's not even that.
Anish had
Here even many people might not even realize, but the computer gives this as plus 10 advantage to black. Plus 10 is like you're a queen down. That's how big black's advantage is here. The point is, white can't do a thing. And he's getting checkmated. All those who said queen
Bishop
e5, well done. Bishop e3, maybe not the best because rook e3, guys. That would lose a piece. And therefore, queen e5. Hitting this bishop slowly and steadily. You don't need to hurry. I might give a check here. Push you back, win this pawn. You have nothing much to do. So,
yes, not to like it was not like continuous. Everybody was said queen e5, but yes, Garvit Kalra, Geeta Mehta, Suraj Yadav, Rohit Banerjee, Kalpak Rao. Thank you for your super chat. Hello.
hello Kalpak. And now, rook h3. Now c5 pawn is hanging very clearly. I think Anish will take it.
What's the time?
Oh, he played
Time
queen
is also
e5.
not
He
a
played
huge
queen
deal.
e5. 2 minutes. No, Amruta, time could become a big factor.
No, but Wesley has won.
Wesley has 1 minute, correct. Don't say Wesley has won. It seems like, oh, Wesley won.
Okay, got it.
Now, maybe he has to sacrifice this because the threat is now really to take this. So
So
imagine
rook h6.
a3. Okay, I'm just making this move to show the threats. Take, rook takes, and now queen a1 mate. Just simply game over. So that is why queen e5 is a very powerful move by Anish.
So directly if you say rook h6 right now.
Yeah, rook h6, just exchange up.
Exactly. No, see, he has nothing. Really. Look at that rook on the third rank. It can never go to f3 again. Like, it was a very committal thing, yeah? That I am now either on g file or h file. If the attack happens, fine. Otherwise, I'm gone.
Yeah, also Wesley down to 30 seconds. And Amruta, what's your plan for rook h5 now?
Anyway, okay, I queen a1, rook f1. Oh!
Yes. Did you find it?
Queen a1, rook f1, bishop e3.
Yes, check. Guys, not bishop e3 directly because there was rook h7 check. But now you give a check and then you mate him. So basically nothing is working for Wesley. So rook f1 and now just pick up this bishop. Time for, yes, Anish has taken it. It's time for Wesley to resign.
Absolutely.
And Anish has won this match today. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. Wesley has resigned.
What
Anish
a play.
Giri has won it.
Tremendous play by Anish.
Wow.
Amazingly proud of Anish.
Beautiful.
The way he has taken, he's broken. It's like that wall, very strong wall.
I mean,
wow.
Wesley So is just phenomenal player. He's one of the best in the world when it comes to attack, defense, calculation, being accurate. But against Anish Giri today, I mean, being 1 point down, Anish won both the games. Amruta, game 3 and 4, and he won the match.
Absolutely.
How did he do it? That is the question. And I guess we need an answer to that. We will hopefully get Anish today here. That would mean so much because there are so many things to ask him. He played phenomenally. He played phenomenally well. But let's quickly go to Magnus Carlsen's game because that match also Magnus has
exactly. What will happen there? Because it could be like Anish versus now Nepo. No. Sorry, we have tomorrow.
Not yet. Tomorrow is there.
Tomorrow.
Anish has not reached the
Triple
semi-finals.
pawns. Oh my god, triple pawns. Oh wow.
AGOP in the chat. Yeah, everyone's AGOP. I would be very interested to know what Wesley So comes up with tomorrow. And now, I don't think Magnus Carlsen has any chances to win here because he's a pawn down, although those triple pawns don't look great. But if he cannot win this, then at the end, he will end up in trouble. I mean, he will lose the match. What trouble? He's going to lose. Okay, just making sure that...
Sure that you send a link to Anish.
Yes.
What are your... So one question for sure is about bishop h6. Okay, let's see what happens in this game. There is absolutely no chance of any side having an advantage, or is there any chance for white? Look at this knight. These pawns have left no squares for it.
It's true. Nice.
But at the same time, these pawns have blocked your play also.
These pawns look like three like policemen who are standing there and they're like, hey, इथे नाही यायचं. Don't come here to the night.
Oh my god.
Anish did say he wasn't scared of Wesley, so I'm not surprised. That is true, Sanju. That is true. He did say that yesterday. Prabha Saxena says, please play Free Fire game, please. I don't know what that is. Amruta, do you know what it is?
No, I don't know.
Please play Free Fire. What is Free Fire?
Oh, curfew by pawn, Sumit Nata says.
Yeah, I mean...
Best design award for Nepo, yes.
No, I mean, the triple pawns happen quite often, guys.
Quite often is not right, Sagar. Quite often it can't be.
It keeps happening. It keeps happening.
Yeah. Okay, but Magnus is trying. Nepo is trying. Who is trying? I think Nepo is on 9 minutes.
Generally, I will say that such positions are very, very equal. but because triple pawns, as you rightly pointed out, are not very effective, but one of them is an extra pawn.
Yes.
So that in that way it should be around equal.
So Nepo will still try a little bit.
I think Nepo will just accept a draw whenever Magnus is ready, but Magnus
you
is the
mean
one.
Magnus will try?
Yes.
What? How? Like, what is the future for the h6 knight?
Knight g8,
Huh?
queen a3,
Huh?
knight e7.
Okay.
Then again, these triple pawns don't make, so somewhere the knight has to come like this.
No, you'll try to win like you'll try to win one of the pawn basically on e3.
Yeah.
E3 or e5.
True.
It's difficult.
So the thing is that Magnus.
If black wins the one pawn back, then actually Magnus is trying.
I agree. So Nepo should not be careless here. That is for sure.
And Magnus needs to win if he wants to equalize today.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Free Fire is the worst game. Guys, first of all, even when there are good games like Among Us, I did not play them. Now you want to make me play some of the worst games.
Joy Datta is saying someone chatting from parents' profile.
Oh, really? That too at 12:30. Parents are sleeping.
So वो देखेंगे यार ये क्या credit card का charge आया 100 क्या हो रहा है? Oh my God, what do I do?
But the kid is smart, yeah. He's only sending 40 rupees. The parent is like, oh, 80 rupees is okay.
कुछ तो खाया पिया रहेगा.
Oh, look at the king. What kaya piya rahe?
Among Us with Wesley so. Okay, tell me what is happening? Queen h4, king f3. Queen and knight against the king is of course a dangerous combination. But a knight, I mean, right now I have pity for him until it becomes a little active.
Knight has to kind of change its life. Knight did some kind of a course, like printing engineering or something. And now it's on h6. Now it has to do stand-up, then has to do streaming, then has to reach 500k, then has to kind of win like there are a lot of
all
steps.
Stars also.
Has to win all stars.
Okay.
So it's going to be a long route, guys. Not easy, but it's possible. We have seen that something like that happening in life. Okay, queen d6. Nepo is like no knight, no coming up. Although the king on f3 can be slightly weak. I'm getting this feel that somehow Magnus might be able to trick his opponent.
Me too.
King f2, queen g5.
Thank you so much, Pandu, for his super chat. Joy says the thing, parents should put a child log on YouTube if they have their payment profile added.
Okay. But it could be possible that the parent is also messaging, because Free Fire, you never know who wants to play.
It's like parents kid din bhar itna pareshan kiya and it's like play Free Fire. Oh my God.
Okay, h4.
H4. Queen g4.
Queen g4 might result in an immediate draw, perhaps, because
why bishop
bg2, bf3, bg2, something like that. I mean, now you have to be careful as well.
Your queen. Actually, white has placed his queen very nicely, wanting to exchange.
But going back and then knight takes should be just a draw. So queen exchange is not good.
But you can't avoid it. Means if you go queen g4 right now, bishop
e2, queen h3.
E4. No, queen e4.
Queen e4.
You can't go bishop
so
e4.
First bishop g2 after queen g4.
And the problem is I don't have the d1 square. Yeah, so what do? I can't avoid bishop f3, yeah? Or bishop g2.
Maybe today we are going to have two decisive...
Oh, h4. He plays h4.
No, h4 was played, Amruta.
So what? Sorry, sometimes I just...
We were analyzing h4. Then, today we were analyzing on world universities. And suddenly there is a check. And I'm like, take the pawn. But there is a check.
Oh, that was so fast. Every second, so many things were happening. I just got crazy. Anish waiting.
No, I don't think so. Is he here already?
No, not yet. Okay. King h7.
Uh,
Oh, now look, the g4 square is created for the knight.
but how about queen g5?
Queen d1.
Oh, yes.
Make the moves.
Queen g5, queen d1, and that would be some problem, yeah?
Big problem.
So, yeah, he's...
Or if oh no, you can even take on g5 and you have one triple pawn, one double pawn.
But then, how do you... you can win knight g4 and knight e5, correct. This might also be slightly dangerous.
Though
So,
I'm not sure how much you can really convert, but at least yes.
So, queen d7, now it's been played. Magnus has to his queen. Amruta, look at this queen. Queen is beautiful,
Yeah.
but cannot come here, cannot go here, cannot go here, cannot go here, cannot go here. It's kind of trapped. Oh, g5, g5.
Awesome.
What's the idea now?
These
Queen d8 perhaps. Nepo has 8 minutes and Magnus has 2 minutes. How is Nepo playing so quickly?
Achal Purai says pawn ke do aage pawn ke do piche. But these pawns are like those jokes, you remember? And there used to be these ants in line. If there are
correct. But Amruta,
Yes,
the thing
tell
is
me.
that this d1 square has to be controlled,
Yeah,
and also now
exactly.
you don't want to be taking here because then the queen moves back, then the knight
Yeah,
comes
how
in.
should white react here?
Maybe queen d8 I like.
Queen d8.
But then
For GH4?
gh4, can I come like queen h4? But then you have queen h4, gh4, knight g4, and pick this pawn.
I don't think it's going to be enough for knight versus bishop. Maybe white should not be too ambitious. Just give that e5 pawn and play.
Yeah, possibly.
Yes, right?
We have a super chat from Rohit who says, "Hi Amruta and Sagar, it's fun watching chess with you two." Thank you, Rohit. Thank you so much. Fun is the best part, yeah, in chess. If chess becomes fun, you'll do it every day. So, g5, and now Nepo having a big thing here. He's come down from 8 minutes to 6. Queen, bishop f3, queen h3. Oh, check. Oh, some things have moved on for Magnus. So many moves. 1 second. What happened? Queen h3, hg, check. King here took the g3 pawn. Took on h5, check. Look at this, Amruta. He could have given a check and picked up the bishop. But then
No,
it
but
was
if he
like...
takes the bishop,
he takes the
gh6,
knight.
that queen endgame is a draw. Again, they don't want that.
So queen e3.
But now gh6? Oh, perpetual. Because what else you can do after
Oh.
gh6?
Yeah, draw. Draw incoming, guys. Draw incoming.
Yeah, draw incoming.
Oh, Anish is here. Guys. Amruta.
Sorry. Where's mine?
Yours is there. It's become so hot because it was near the fan.
Take this.
No, it's okay.
I can skip.
Hello, hello, Anish. Hello, Anish. Congratulations. What a day. What a day. Well, I wouldn't say lucky because Wesley So, who otherwise looks absolutely like bulletproof, today was making errors, and I think it takes a lot of good play to induce errors from him. Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, there was this previous stream where there was this noise happening in Tornello, so I turned off the desktop audio. Can you say something?
Yeah, we should ask Timur what he thinks about me being on mute here.
Oh.
I don't think Timur Rajapov approves this, Sagar. But okay.
Guys, I asked Anish about
Can't
whether Wesley, so how he made
No,
mistakes.
they still
But
can't
he
speak, by the way.
hear. He
No, now
can't
they can hear. Now
No,
they can hear.
Yeah, now they can. Okay, all good now, yeah. Yeah.
Ah, well,
Good.
okay.
Okay. Now, Anish, by the way, Magnus Carlsen, I think, will
Draw, yeah.
draw this, and this is the
He's
position.
trying, of course, very hard, but on. Wait, what is this?
This is the position was reached.
Wow. Suddenly, okay, but it's of course completely drawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
check.
Okay, 98, Queen D7. I mean, okay, it's absolutely no chance for black. His knight is too far away from the
Yeah,
from
and
the
also
attack.
now this check next.
Yeah, there's no chance.
Beautiful. Okay, let's quickly see. But by the way, did you like today's match overall, or how is your feeling?
Yeah, very happy, of course, today to win. But mostly it's about tomorrow. Tomorrow is the deciding day. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
Also, very interesting. This didn't expect, honestly. I mean, Jan is a great player, of course, but somehow I remember him losing to Magnus in these matches. Kind of somehow didn't expect that he would win today. But interesting what will happen there. Very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. He's putting
Some
so
upsets
much pressure
today. Yeah, upsets today. Also, I think Wesley is, of course, a favorite given his record in these events. So tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. Favorites are behind. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, let's quickly just a few critical moments that I wanted to ask about. In the first game, it came as a big surprise that you, from this position, when you actually reached.
Yeah.
A4.
No, I played well. There were just two big mistakes. So one was I should have traded queens when I could.
Yes, exactly. Why didn't you take the queen at this position?
I kind of wanted to play for more, but of course I should just trade the queen, play knight d to f1. He would go rook d7, knight g3, and he has a very strong bishop to g6, I think, stopping knight f5. And I have to go f5, push my pawn.
Yes.
Or I thought maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, then he goes bishop f7, and
f7.
I don't know. F or h, maybe h. Maybe e5, maybe h7, yeah?
E5.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I somehow thought that this is not winning. It's much better for white, but I thought, okay, he will take on d4. It's equal pawns. Quite drawish. I mean, not drawish, but I don't know. It didn't look winning. I thought that if I keep the queens, I will have some attack in the long run. But it didn't work out. Just the decision didn't work out. I thought it was a practical decision, but I regretted it after a few moves.
Yeah, exactly. Because then I think Wesley's next move here, Queen h4, was a very tricky move, because if you played a5, there was knight d5 coming. Yeah,
I assumed there was some trick, but wait, this one?
Yeah, a5.
No. Here what I had to do was ed and what is this trick? Just bishop d5.
Yeah, and I think this is around equal, this position.
Okay, that's deep. But I was what I should have played is g3.
Yes, exactly. G3.
And what I missed is rook e2, rook h2 thing. I missed that. Queen h3, I thought, and I didn't see how to get to the queen. It felt like I should, but I have knight h2 f1, and then I have rook 1, rook e2, rook h2. I just didn't see that. That was the plan. And actually now it's kind of.
He has to run away, otherwise he might.
Yeah, well, but then of course this queen h4 business was not so good.
Absolutely, yeah.
But what happened was that my e4 pawn was so well protected the whole game. At some point, I somehow blundered it. It was a very strange blunder because also, usually when you blunder, you see right after you move, yeah.
Yeah.
Here I played knight f5, and I was looking at the board until he also thought for a long time until he took. I just didn't see that. I don't know, like.
Yeah, this
maybe in my head
it was a blank spot.
My knight was maybe on d2 in my head. It was a complete miracle. I mean, I was very worried, but fortunately, after this blunder, the rest of the day I played okay. I mean, I was very worried. I thought maybe I don't know, maybe I'm too tired, or I don't know, because it's just crazy. Yeah, this just gave a pawn for nothing. I mean,
absolutely.
I was thinking I'm winning here because I thought knight f5 he has to play rook e6, and I don't know.
And then maybe something like
just rook f1 and rook g3 just wins.
Yeah.
So it's I should have double checked at least. I don't know. It's completely crazy actually. Yeah, just hallucination.
So after he took on e4, you lost this game, but it was
dead lost.
Like a very brutal loss because you were better, and from that you lost. And so in the next game, I think it helped that Wesley played a line which was like, an immediate draw. You didn't have to even think. It's a theory.
Well, I don't know if it helped or not, honestly, because it's one game less, and you have only 2 games to come back, and he's so solid. And you know that, okay, one more black game is going to be very hard because he's super solid. And okay, basically you just have one white game if you think like that.
Yes.
So it makes sense. For example, day before yesterday when I played Maxim, I came back immediately in the next game with black. Yeah. So I think if you win the first game, yeah, whether you make a draw with white in the second one, it's up to you. I think it's not a bad decision. I think it's an interesting decision. I don't know if I would do that. Depends. Probably
So
depends.
I mean, Wesley actually banged on the fact that he would continue being solid in the next game.
Of course, and that's normal.
This
He was also.
This game actually, I thought, from the opening perspective, it went really well for Wesley.
Yeah, I mean, I have to play this G4 sooner or later, and of course, it is quite committal. But it's not so easy to play these things. Even here, okay, 95, 94, but I have Queen of 1. It's not so easy for him because he has to play, I think, actively. He has to play for advantage.
G6 move was good, right, by him. I thought G6.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but I think that his problem is that he has to play for advantage, but he wants, of course, to be safe here because of the match situation. So that was the problem that he had. I understand it perfectly. Somehow already here I'm maybe like here I'm already better.
Yeah. I think Bishop G3 instead of that Bishop F4, right?
But A3 was a very good move.
Stopping Bishop B4. E5 is the threat.
Yeah, A3 was just nice, just in case. Also, I was wondering what is Knight F4? How is that? I was thinking about Knight F4. It looks a bit ugly at first because I have this light square control. But I was thinking, isn't it actually very good? Knight F4, Bishop F4, Bishop F4.
Yeah, Bishop takes, and Queen G4, right?
Yeah, but well, that's what he wants, no? It's equalish endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Knight F4 bothered me actually much more. Knight F4, it feels like a bad decision because like somehow you get bad bishop sort of, but not really bad. And somehow I don't really have if I had Queen G4, King G2, it would be good, but I cannot really advance. So I thought Knight F4 was a very strong decision here, practically speaking.
Yeah, true. And that would have, drew another game perhaps if he would have played
possibly,
that.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I have still game continues here,
Yes,
but I was not so optimistic here. I thought he is a very good player, and I don't know, I didn't really. But after Bishop G3 FG, it got tricky for him because okay, my king is now quite safe, and I have his knight on H5 is cut out to play a little bit.
It was very interesting how you induced an error from him because here Rook E4, I mean F5, F5. I think
Rook
you would
H4,
have gone
G4?
Rook H4, right?
Yeah, and if G4 and if F4, then what happens?
Yeah,
F4
is what we were discussing.
Rook
GF,
H5,
right?
I was not sure. I wasn't sure honestly. Knight takes.
Yeah, Queen G5 maybe.
Yeah, I would have done that. Yes, I would have done that. Wait, so it's good. F4 is a mistake.
Yeah, F4 is a mistake.
You know what was the move? Queen D5, right?
Yes, Queen D5.
I saw this. Yeah, Queen D5. Suddenly it occurred to me. Yeah, it occurred to me. Yeah, this I saw. This bothered me a lot. Yeah, and then he played instantly Queen D5, and I could go EF. Yeah.
And then it was like in this position, if he went Queen D5 instead of Queen D7, then EF and Rook E5 was winning for you. So you went ahead, and then it came in the same position.
True. It happened anyway. Yeah. No, now Rook E5 is very important. Yeah, his king just doesn't get a time to come back properly.
Exactly.
And actually, I don't know if my conversion was good. Like I should have had more.
Maybe Queen E2 is, I think, the strongest.
Queen
E2, so that King G7 is not possible.
Yeah. Yes. But let's say let's say Rook F8.
Yeah, and now after this G4 or Knight H4 actually.
Okay, Knight H4 didn't occur to me yet at this point. And G4, I thought Knight F4 is coming. Knight to G5 maybe. So that's why I didn't do this. I was really worried he will go King G7 back and Knight F6, Knight D5 and stabilize. I wanted at all costs to stop that. And I calculated this line, what I played. I thought it was good. Rook, what did I play?
No,
Rook
this
G5.
is fine. This is fine.
I thought it was quite good. Yeah, and now Rook F2, King G7, Knight H4. I thought it was pretty good. I thought instead of Queen D6, could he play Queen E8? Was an interesting idea. There was some difference, I thought. Maybe.
Yeah, possible. Maybe.
Yeah, you know what was the difference? Now if I play Rook F2, He goes king g8, king g7, sorry.
Yeah.
Knight h4, it's different now because, oh yeah, because there's no knight f5 fork. No, now, yeah,
This
it's not
is
possible.
lost now. Because
Yeah,
here
now it's
rook
rook e2,
e2.
rook e2 is there. Yeah, no, I'm not going to play like this. No, I would play knight e5, but if knight e5, then he can take, and yeah, I didn't see actually after queen e8 how to win. He
This
takes
is
and rook
winning,
is,
no, for you now?
But are you sure rook f2, queen f2, rook e6, and then g4, yeah? Then g4. Yeah, g4.
Yeah.
Rook f6.
Maybe take here is also possible.
Oh yeah, okay, but it's also probably winning. Yeah, but in the game I won exchange. It was not so easy, by the way. And at some point I thought like I was very confused. I mean, he found some.
You went here.
He started confusing me. Yeah, knight h4. He went rook. Yeah, now I thought I'm winning.
Looking at this queen d6.
Yeah, queen d6. Yeah. Rook f2, king g7, knight h4. I thought I'm winning, and then he gives exchange.
Yeah.
And then he made this very strange move, queen d4, rook g4, and now he played queen d6. That move completely shocked me.
Yeah, it was
h5?
amazing defensive move because rook h5, queen d3.
Fantastic trap, yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, fantastic trap, yeah. And I was so impressed with this move. I mean, I'm completely winning, but I was so impressed. I kind of panicked a bit here. I mean, of course I'm winning, but I just thought like, wow, guy's such genius. How am I ever going to win against him?
Really, you thought that?
Yeah, I really thought that. Yeah, I thought that if somebody plays queen d6, instantly, then this guy I will just never ever in my life beat because it's just.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, some of his defensive ideas were really deep. So
yeah, that's the difference between just a good player and someone like Wesley So who never loses. Yeah, almost because like he finds his resources. But fortunately, I'm still probably winning, although it was not so easy.
Yeah, here actually there was this very difficult win for you, which was with queen f5.
But g3 is not hanging because rook takes g6, rook e7, yeah?
Yeah, rook e7 here just.
Yeah.
Okay. This was the tough part actually to finish, but...
it's just direct. Yeah, I should have found it, yeah. But no, but I had a plan here already. Wait, what did I play? I had some kind of idea.
Rook g5?
Yeah, so my point was I wanted to play first rook g e4. But if I play rook g e4, he has queen takes g3. Only move.
Knight g3?
Yeah,
then I have, like in the game, rook e7 business. This I kind of thought is winning for me. But he has queen g3. So that's why I played rook g5 first in the game. And now if c4 or b6, I thought, yeah, c4, let's say. Now rook g e5, and now I block the queen.
Yeah.
And this I thought was winning, but again I thought that maybe knight g3. I thought it just should be made. But suddenly I thought that wow, it's maybe not made, and I was completely panicking here.
No, this one. I mean, the fact that there was no mate here.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Is unbelievable because his king is so much exposed, and you found the only move that gives you an advantage.
No, I mean I was simply here thinking again. Yeah, like after last move, it was second move in a row that he plays knight g3. I thought, okay, the guy is just defending like a complete brilliant guy. I can never beat such person. But then suddenly I see rook g2, and actually I'm still winning. Yeah.
Wow, very
good. Rook e3, rook f7.
I think rook e3 was his blunt. If he would have played rook d2, it would have put even more pressure.
That was very nice because rook takes d2, knight f1 check. That was a very nice idea. Yeah. This intermezzo is very important, and it's surprising that you can do this because the queen is hanging, but it's actually and the knight is unpinned. But even this I thought was winning,
Yeah, this is better for you, but it just keeps the pressure. I mean, it's not very clear, 100% here.
Yeah, instead of rook takes d2, there were some other moves also, I think, that were winning,
Yeah, maybe rook f7 here.
Yeah, rook f7, let's say, yeah.
But the moment he played rook e3, I think this was his
first
big blunder of the match, basically.
Yeah.
And this gave you the kind of inroad into it.
Yeah, this is now I'm just winning. And rook f4 is easiest, yeah.
Beautiful. So this equalized the score, and then we went into like this game where Wesley had to. I don't know. I mean, he could have been okay with a draw, but he wanted to also.
No, he was not anymore okay. He's a little bit like, have you ever done boxing, Sagar?
Yes. I mean, not but I give analogies of boxing sometimes.
But have you yourself ever had a boxing match with someone? Only Amruta, yeah? Okay, don't tell about it. So I'll tell you a secret about boxing. Yeah? So I had once a boxing match.
You did boxing?
Ooh.
Yeah, I had once a boxing match.
Wow.
Okay. So you see, when you start the match, You are thinking like, okay, you are kind of a little bit, well, at least me, yeah. I'm not really a boxer or anything, yeah. So I'm not really. You don't want to be hitting anybody, or you don't want to be hit. But the moment somebody lands you a first punch, that's when you suddenly like your hormones go all this testosterone, all these kind of things go on. Your fear all goes off, and you just completely change as a person, you know. And I think it is a little bit similar with him also, that after he lost that game, he kind of completely forgot who he is, you know, and he decided to go just for win this game.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Analogy.
Sagar, it's your stream, your channel, so we have to do here some analogies.
Yeah, but I
Very
was
deep
like,
and very nice
very
example.
amazing analogy. I'm just thinking about it because you know you could think about Wesley as a very calm player who might be like very objective, but once things don't go your way, your brain suddenly starts to
Well,
get
yeah,
a
once
little
not
bit-
even like don't go. You just like once you get hit once you get punched, then like everything's changing in your mindset, everything. Just you. And it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, he could have won this game and then to be good. I'm not saying it was a mistake. It was not. It
No,
was
of
just
course.
on contrary. Of course, with white he can play, and I thought it was a respectful decision to play.
The chat is like thumbnail incoming. Boxing thumbnail, that's a good idea.
mini clip, of course.
Mini clip, yeah.
By the way, Bishop E6 is what you faced in 2019 Sinkfield Cup
Against the Nepo, yeah.
and you had said that this is C5 is the very how do you say uncompromising way of playing against
Yes. Yeah, I won that game actually. Yeah, but I wanted to just try this out. It's a very double-edged position. I wanted to try it out.
And
Because
one simple
yeah?
question here: why not why B6? Why not take here? And then knight BD7. Just like, wouldn't this give you like good chances?
Let me think. And he has to take with the queen, maybe some other piece, probably queen, yeah.
Yeah, also possible bishop E2 maybe. Yeah. Maybe better because then there is no knight H5. I think. So.
Yeah. So let's say he takes with the bishop already.
And BG3.
Sometimes. Even now how do you prepare? Let's say if you go rook e8.
How is this move here like knight FD7 now or?
Yeah, well, but now you are very desperately trying to push. Let's say bishop g5 is possible sometimes.
True. Yes.
Also, your knight on b8 is not so good. Well, in this system, sometimes you can play b6 to create an extra pressure point. You know, Sagar, it's like when you have a web, yeah. Let's say you're a spider web, and you know if you pull on one spot only, the spider he can try to fix it, yeah. But if you pull a little bit on different sides, like b6 you pull there, e5 you pull there, and then like you pull everywhere a little bit, and suddenly like it all can crumble, yeah.
Today AG analogies are like
too many analogies.
Making mini clips just here on live as we speak.
By the way, just not just to make sure, like here, for example, is rook e8 then f4, yeah?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, got it. So
in the meantime, who won the boxing match? Arka Ghosh super chatted.
That's a good question.
you did that when you were in Japan?
I probably no in Holland. Probably I lost, but I disagreed with the referee. It was, let's say, it was like a fight, not a knockout or anything. And then I think from what I remember, yeah, probably the other guy, they gave him more points, but it was not so obvious. I thought not so obvious.
My analogy here was that too many kids in the house, some have to be sent to school, so that's why I wanted to take on e2, but maybe as you rightly pointed out that it's not the best way. Knight of d7.
No, but you want to keep all your kids at home, yeah. I mean, as long as possible.
Right now, COVID, yes. So.
And find them a good wife, you know, and arrange for a good family, you know, everything. So, and very important that they go to college, but then they come back. So,
yes, in India at least. Okay, f3, e5. Very cool move. Very nice.
Yeah, of course, bishop c8, of course, not the Greenfield move, yeah.
Oh, here was the question, yeah. Like, did you?
I didn't really see. No, I saw later with the engine was saying some moves that just bishop h6 didn't occur to me at all.
unbelievable.
Now
this
that I'm
move.
looking at it, I would have never played this move. I mean, it is just so beyond me, bishop h6. It's just so brilliant.
Exactly. Like when we were discussing and
I would
Sagar
have
said
never played it.
Can,
Not
Sagar
in a
said
classical
bishop
game.
h6.
can I ask you one question? You played your match. After that, you went for an interview. After that, you came here.
Went.
How did you even check this? That this is the move here. I mean,
No, but you know, Sagar, between games there are 15 moves, 15 minutes. So I now I'm super efficient with my like I have to prepare also between games, so I check it very fast. But now I see, by the way, because I go 97, 95, I have some incredible domination. But it's wow. Now it's obvious to me actually, but it's just a little bit incredible. Still incredible. I don't
it's
know.
very
Wow.
difficult to find this move. Bishop
It's
h6.
I mean, it's genius. But maybe I should have gone bishop d7 if from more human. That's what I'm saying. Maybe bishop. But I wanted
Then where
knight to
does your
d7.
knight go then?
To a6 maybe.
After
Sometimes I
b5.
can go after b5. Yeah. Oh, I could do this. You know, the problem is when I
F4.
played at this point, I only saw knight to d7, and later I saw knight to a6. Of course, I could do it with a tempo extra with bishop on d7. Yeah, it was of course very good.
Correct. Okay. So
Yeah, but I think he was having very good position after bishop c8.
yeah, f4, f6.
Yeah, that was my plan.
F2,
f6, take, castle,
castle.
queen e7, queen d2, rook e8, rook f3, bishop g4. I have to do this.
Yeah, this rook f3 was slightly, I don't know, maybe
But I-
cb6, no? He should have tried or...
But I have queen e3. No? Then what's the
Yeah, I
problem?
mean, it's equal then. But
Yeah, I think rook f3 is good.
Okay,
I think
then
he was better. Bishop g4, rook g3 takes. Yes, first of all, queen takes, of course, feels much more to the point. Definitely queen takes, by the way. Definitely queen takes. I mean, he maybe thought b5.
yeah, knight c3.
Knight c3.
97 now. Or
Yes, but let's say for f5, his pieces are much more geared. Yeah, I mean, before he played f5 anyway, but now f5, I mean, now the pieces are so much better located. The bishop on d3, queen on e2. No, but knight d7 first, then I maybe have b4 or not.
yeah.
Yeah, b4 is, I mean, with white, huh?
Yeah, with white.
Oh, maybe you have.
Yeah, you can start with b4.
But b4 like comes to e4 again.
This is strong.
Yeah, then I start on the side. Wait, so what is actually this is also okay for me or not?
Yeah, this is fine for you.
Yeah, this is also okay. No, okay, but what after bishop e2? I was wondering about one thing. So I played knight d7. Maybe I should have gone b5.
Yeah, why not b5 like
Yeah,
this?
no, you know why? Tell me, what is bishop takes b5? What is bishop takes b5?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
bishop b5. We did consider this.
Oh,
b5.
oh man,
queen.
can you find the winning move here? It's very difficult.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, I tried already once. I didn't manage. What? Wow.
Oh, nice.
Wow. No, this is very nice. Because you know,
What
I
do you do for
calculated.
knight c3, bishop c3, queen
No, I calculated CB, of course. I mean, queen e4 just that at all doesn't occur to me. It's just very okay. It's a nice solution. But I thought CB, queen d5, and then I thought queen e6, queen a8, knight c6, queen b7, or even f5. F5. No, but I thought queen b7, ba, f5. I didn't like this.
Rook b8, f5.
F5 is always there. It's an annoying move, and he starts to. I don't know. So that's why I didn't do this. That was my original plan, of course, to do this. But then I saw this bishop b5. So I went knight d7. But can you tell me what happens if he goes cb6? I couldn't.
Here, yeah. This was the crazy line, like ab6.
And what if rook c6? I have
exactly.
d4, right?
We were looking at this.
I have d4, no?
Queen d5.
Rook
check.
a4 or
Queen
queen
d5,
d5, no?
And look at this. This is unbelievable.
Rook c7? I actually at some point I noticed this move. Yeah.
Because rook d8, bishop b5, I think is very strong.
Yeah. But I noticed rook d4. But
you saw rook d4.
I think not like so, but like
Really?
I was thinking about it, and this idea kind of occurred, and then he made another move. But what happens if ed, queen e2 and h3, let's say,
Yeah, queen d1.
and bishop takes d4?
It's complicated.
So it works well.
This variation is
sacrifice
crazy.
again as defense.
Knight
Very
f6.
nice, yeah.
I think this could be like this very complicated calculation where resources are everywhere.
Queen f7, no?
Yes, queen f7 is the
F7?
best move.
And then how was black not losing? Rook G8 just, oh, solid. Rook G8 solid. No, this is nice exercise.
Brilliant variation.
Yeah, I didn't see, as usual, you know, in brilliant variation, the players doesn't see the first move. Yeah, but I was very focused on rook takes c6. Yeah, I was focused on that. What if I play rook c6 d4, by the way? Can you tell me? CB, AB, rook c6 d4?
Yeah,
No, not before. Yeah, here. Yeah, can I play this move d4?
After rook c6.
Or he has bishop c4, rook e6. Yeah, I can play d4. Bishop c4 check and rook e6. Yeah, he has.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, rook e6 is there. Yeah, I would have had to see this. I mean, rook d4, yeah? Yeah, maybe I would have, I don't know. I don't know if I would have found it. Yeah, of course, I was very focused on this, and he made b4. Yeah, b4 was a huge relief, especially now especially after knight c3. I mean, yeah, now it's clear. Of course, I managed to develop. Managed to develop everything, and everything's good.
Yeah, here I
think f5 is panic. F5 is just panic. I mean, I didn't even see bishop h6. It's even winning on the spot. Yeah. I mean, I was so happy that f5 came that I can just take it for nothing. I didn't even think about alternatives. Yeah, this was.
Here, do you think that white has any chances to hold?
Well, I was very impressed with bishop g4. At first, I thought I'm just winning positionally because rook on g3 is stranded. Yeah, but bishop g4, bishop f5 was very impressive. I thought maybe now he has some chances to hold. This was very impressive.
d4, no,
yeah.
But he needs somehow his rook from g3 away and g4. Maybe rook h3, g4, something like this. Rook g5, g4. Now he's too pinned.
Did you like feel it during the game that you are now completely winning? Because it's not like you're winning a piece, but yet the computer gives an advantage of +8 or something here, which is
huge.
I
didn't think like that. I did, though. I did not see, though, what move he makes, and he has rook on g3, which is a problem. So yeah, it was clear that I could be winning completely, but I was not sure yet. I thought king h8, bishop h6, maybe my threats. He just doesn't have a move, right? He has just the fundamental issues with the rook on g3 is really badly placed, and bishop on f5. Yeah, bishop e6, of course, slightly, but I saw it actually in advance. Yeah, that I have this queen a7 move. Yeah, I didn't. It was no problem. Yeah.
And bishop h6, and then it was all.
Just rook on h3 still. Yeah, it's out of play. There's queen a1.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was
like. Anish, it's lucky. But really, it was amazingly played. I mean, it was a great match, especially after coming back from one loss is never easy. And yeah, this fantastic. Tomorrow is a big day, so good luck for that.
Yeah, good to see you still have some viewers watching this.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, great!
All the viewers were sending the hearts,
lot of hearts.
And AG they
guys,
also.
Hearts is nice, but we want super chats. Yeah, I mean, what is hearts?
The AG they call awesome games today.
Awesome games. No, there was one super chat for AG from someone. They had sent say my hello to Anish. I hope he wins tomorrow from Bilal Molani.
Yeah.
And also couple more. By the way, Anish.
This I asked who won the box.
Cool. And by the way, Anish, what is your schedule like? Like last question, like when it ends now, do you also work at night or you just end the day?
Depends a little bit on how I feel. And during the preliminaries, it was harder. It was much later, I think, right?
Yes, 1 hour.
It was, and I was also much more tired. So not so much. I mean, I would think about what to do, of course, for sure, but not like actively sit and click with computer. But now I think I will look a bit and I'll prepare, of course, a little bit. I'm trying to prepare, but I also try to take some time to stay away from computer because otherwise it's getting very tiring. You know, I was worried already today after first game that maybe I'm just too tired. Maybe I'm finished. You know, maybe my battery is done because I blundered pawn in the center. So that okay, maybe that's it. Just fortunately, it was not that. It was just like it was like sometimes you have pawn and it went off and you're like, oh, my battery died. Then you turn on and it's like, oh no, it's 70%. Then why did it switch off? I don't know, some bug. So it was the same, you know. I was turned off. I was thinking, okay, that's it. My battery died. That's it. Finish. I thought, okay, it's a bit pity. It's just 4 days. I mean, not so like a marathon. Yeah. Why am I already dead? But then it turned out it was just glitch, software glitch. So
But do you find that this tournament as a helpful thing for your preparation for candidates or as a hindrance?
Yeah.
Like,
No, not interest. No, it's very, very helpful because you see, I'm working during the tournament also, and with a very right mindset. Sometimes when you work during training session, when you have 1 month away from the game, you just prepare. You decide, for example, yeah, I will look, let's say knight of bishop g5. I'm looking at, so you look knight of bishop g5, you look, oh, this interesting, that's interesting. You analyze, okay, this interesting, that everything, and so nice. Finally, you analyze, and then comes day, you have to play the next day, and you are thinking like, wait, what did I analyze? What am I going to play? Which move? This move or that move? And you're like, you have like a different mindset from, and now you're preparing like with the mindset of like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to play a game. What move I'm making? And that's very nice also to this kind of concrete preparation.
But does it not happen like if you, let's say, during the day you're preparing, you're like, oh, let me not prepare so much. I have to conserve my energy for the evening game. Like,
yeah, of course, you conserve some energy. You try to, of course, but still you want to. Yeah, Kramnik once said very nicely. I mean, it was about, somebody said like, oh, maybe you should go for a walk, and he said that, okay, walk is nice, but what move I'm going to play tomorrow? Yeah. No, but I'm trying, yeah, also to. It's all about balance, Sagar. It's all about balance. Like, everything is about balance. You have to spend enough time with your wife, enough time streaming. Everything should be.
If there is a company, guys, which deals in balancing, then Anish is the brand ambassador for
Balance
it, because
Private Limited.
there is no doubt about it. The way he balances everything is just epic. It's just unbelievable.
But today's analogies were too good,
Yeah.
Sagar, too good. In 15 minutes, he had this 4 analogies.
I gave it 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need good thumbnails and some nice memes, and you have good material for upload.
By the way, AG, you can take anything from these, because these are gold analogies for maybe 4.
No, but not for my channel. My channel
No?
is more clickbait stuff. Yeah.
But 4 analogies from a midnight stream, something like that.
You think, and people will be like, what is analogies? I mean, my channel, they don't even words that are longer than 8 letters, they don't even read.
Oh, very nice. Vikash Saini says anything for AG. Rahul Mazumdar says for AG, my favorite chess playing comedian.
Yeah, you see, this guy from my stream. Hi, welcome back.
Nikamin says all the best for tomorrow, Anishka.
Thank you.
And yeah, very cool, Anish. All the best, and we'll be watching your games tomorrow. Good luck. And
Thanks, Sagar.
See
you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was amazing, yeah, Amruta.
Absolutely.
Great fun to check out all the
many
games, and
amazing
also
insights and certain deep new psychological stuff.
boxing things. Yeah, it was
I
very.
think that was a very important point. That boxing analogy just made you understand what he's trying to say, and very critical point.
Also, it means like for a player like Wesley, who seems so calm and cool, he also gets ruffled up after one loss. Like,
Yeah, sometimes there are players, we had these tournaments, and if a player is playing like 5 out of 5, sole leader, everything, then he loses 6th round, and then he loses all the 3 rounds. Like, you just can't take that sometimes. So I think when Wesley is always winning and continuously winning, it's a different mindset. Now, when you also lose and then you have to fight back, that is going to be a different mindset.
True.
Interesting. Really deep.
Amazing. So, guys, before we leave, there were a couple of things that I had to do. I had said that at the end of the stream I will do it. Pratham Shahane says, hi sir, can you suggest me a book to learn chess openings? And Anish, love you man, all the best, hope you win. Prathamesh Shahane, I think there are 2 things that I always recommend to people who are starting out for openings. One is Winning Chess Openings by Yasser Sairawan, nice book. And the second one is Fundamental Openings, that is available in the ChessBase India shop by Chiu Zhao. And she's also done a stream with us, QIYU, Chiu Zhao. And also Kalpak Raut sent super chat, hello Anish, to him. Thank you, Kalpak. Sorry, we just didn't read that out. Also, there was this question that was asked that Sagar, how did you start playing chess? And I just wanted to respond to that. Uh, it was by Anirudh Saika, who says, once the games are over some and you get some time, please tell us how your journey of chess started. When did you start playing and who taught you? I started when I was, I think, 10 or maybe somewhere in that age. And we had a chessboard at home. And my father was a decent chess player. He's right now has around 1000 or 1100 rating. And we used to play just like carom at every night. We said, let's get out the chessboard, let's take it out and let's play. And so we started playing at home, and I started playing with my dad. I started improving, and then we got kind of around equal at some stage, equal level. And then he would beat me, and he would go to office, and I would figure out ways to beat him at night whenever he would come, and I would used to cry a lot if I lost. And it really helped me to improve very quickly with my dad. And then from there it happened that we found a chess club in Ghatkopar, which was known as the Ghatkopar Chess Association. And there I met a lot of people who were playing chess. Very big talents actually, who have all left chess now, but were amazing. And maybe I'm the only one who continued playing for quite some time. So that's how my journey began, and I think that's how it begins with everyone. Some parent or some family member teaches
Absolutely.
you.
Also, I think when you started playing chess at 10, in that time, in that era, maybe around 11 or 12, I don't know when you really started doing chess seriously. You did play some events and all. So
Yeah.
for that time, I always, whatever I knew about you, you were always an exception, because after 12, 13, very seriously you started working.
In fact,
And
not
it
even
was
then. Till
14
10th
maybe.
standard, till 10th grade,
Ah,
I
you had this
didn't even.
badminton accident, right?
Yeah, I was pretty
Correct.
good at
After that.
badminton actually.
Yes,
I think I
yes.
was much more talented at badminton than chess.
Mhm.
Like, was very good at it. So the thing is that my after I finished 10th,
Mhm.
every time I finished some important exams is when I got a boost in my chess career. So like after 10th, I said I'll go to Chennai to play a trip, like 3 events, and there I crossed 2100 rating. Then I played more events back to back and reached 2200 very quickly. Then after CA examination, when I was still in 2200, imagine, like after 10th I reached 2200 and till CA. So like for 6 years I was in the same rating range. Then I again had this boost and I reached 2300 plus, nearly 2400. And then so that's how it my
Also, that time you were quite an exception in that sense, when you didn't have what to say, an international master or any title player as a coach for a long time. And whenever I would tell him, Sagar, you need to have a coach for improvement, he would say, no, look, in 10th standard, I never went to the classes. I studied on my own and I did so well. So, I like chess is not like this. Of course, you can improve on your own, but if you have a coach, it's faster. So, but for a long time, he did not listen. So, I
I
think
think
it affected the speed, definitely.
the
But it also helped, because whatever he was learning, it was through himself. It was, for a long time, it was more by reading books and trying to go deep, which is now helping him to share much. His foundation is much stronger. So it was interesting.
So every decision you take will have their pros and cons. The fact that I didn't take coaching, I think I do regret it a bit now, because I thought I could do it all on my own. It took a lot of time. Like one opening to learn everything. If someone just shows you the best lines in few minutes, it used to take a lot of
Not
time.
regret. I don't think you regret it.
In a way,
You
yes.
got
In a
some
way, I
pros and
point.
cons.
No, in a way, I do now. But the pro is that I read so many books. I read so much material, and I wanted to improve so badly. And now it helps me in my commentary, writing articles, doing interviews, and all of that. So yes, of course, there is a big upside.
And in between, yes, Joy, you can sleep early. We've forgotten that tomorrow there is tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is 20th. No, day after. In 2 days, they have an event. The mods are playing Joy, Flashbane, Epsha, Garvit. So very nice, Mihir.
All the best.
All the best, guys. Do practice
Mods,
well.
ChessBase India mods on board. Huh? Nice. All the best for that event. And there was this one page that Ayushi wanted me to read from. What was her favorite?
I'll check.
I'll just finish the stream on that.
And in between, I just you can check if you're also okay to read it. But also in between, one more thing which I have to not forget is Anish's one line, which very said, Sagar, you have to balance, right? So I'm going to use that. If I get that mini clip, then every time this is what I'll play for 4 seconds and show you.
Yeah, well, Anish somehow balances everything so well, guys. Have you ever imagined like a guy who playing a candidates winning over here, and then in the super chat someone calling him a comedian, he laughing, and it's not easy. Plus he has a wife, he has a son, it requires great amount of effort, organizational effort to manage all of that. At the same time, he knows all the things happening in the world of chess, in the world of comedy. I mean, everywhere, he's everywhere. So
Arvind Swaminathan gives me an amazing idea. He says, Amruta, make that your ringtone. Wow, I'm going to do that.
no great thing was achieved by balance. How is that for a quote?
No great thing is achieved by balance.
Yeah.
But wrong, no, he's proved you wrong.
No, he just said it. He, of course, when he works on chess, there is no balance. Yeah, he works for hours and hours. But of course. Okay. So this one part, Amruta, should I read it?
Yeah, you can read from here or from here.
Anyway, I think same, no?
Yeah. 2,000 people still there. Thank you, guys. That is amazing. The earth came to be because of balance. Siddharth Ranade. Wow. Wow. Very nice.
True.
By the way, we have got 5.9k likes. That is amazing. Almost 6k. We have got 6k likes.
6k. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'll read this and then you can make it 7k. And it's basically the part of one of Ayushi's favorite part from the book she's written on me, and I'm reading it because a lot of people like it, and also it shows what a great writer Ayushi is. She is a big fighter as well. She's fighting cancer right now, and she's doing it, giving her best, because you see in life we all have problems. Which are like, how do we solve this? How do we overcome certain problems? But she has problems like every day on how to make sure that she stays alive, which is what makes her truly unique and a wonderful personality, that in spite of having this pressure of this, she is able to be joyful, happy. This is something which is very difficult to achieve. So she's written, and I think Amruta, you can read, if because me reading about myself sounds a little.
He'll be to you the earnest journalist, bringing you players from all corners of the country and even the world. And he will be the 8-year-old boy continually falling into opening traps. He'd be teaching and bantering with the comedians on one stream, and will be getting grilled by Surya or Adiban in another. He'd be the one pestering with it to solve positions on a flight, and he'd also be the one chasing after Magnus down an elevator for an interview. Sagar will be everywhere, trying to do everything, even comedy, even copyright strikes. Sagar, to his credit, is not afraid to put in the extra mile out there when needed. He's used to going far and beyond the minimum required, and I'm sure he would almost be used to hearing no, maybe another time. But he doesn't stop. He doesn't wait for a perfect time. He will do it, and he will do it then and there, and will try to make it the perfect time for the task. There's a struggle behind his success that not many people know or talk about. Sagar keeps his car safe, he keeps his heart brave, and he keeps doing, working, toiling, going that extra mile, and shining like the sun while he's at it. Some humans are like that. Once you might get over, but might never forget. They might not be your role models, but they would certainly be your favorite etching on your favorite bench of the class. The ones who remind you how simple, beautiful, and memorable some things can be. How a moment can be everything. It's playful and endearing to be in their light, to learn from them and laugh with them. And when they plan to stream all day on their birthday, you do wish to tell them to take a break or to take a rest. But you also know, however much they might be there on YouTube, stream after stream, the heart would still say, Abhi na jao chhod ke dil abhi bhara nahi. Yes,
Thank you.
that's
Thank you so much.
the
Beautifully written.
amazing paragraph and amazing writer she is. To really grasp so much, I would say the ability to grasp so much from something is really not a thing which can be ignored. It's a skill, I would say. It has to be developed, that you look at something, you hear something, and then what is it that you are going to learn, that question. So I would really
Great writer and great
This is
person.
amazing.
So it's been
amazing.
it's great to know her, and also hopefully we'll all be able to see her someday on stream, or meet her in person, maybe on some vlog or somewhere. But for now, I think it's been a great day of chess. A lot of you have stayed back to learn a lot of ideas. If you have any suggestions on how these sessions can become better, please write them down in the comment section. And thank you all for being a part of this. And until then, see you.
Yes,
Bye
guys,
bye.
it was a lot of fun.
Please
Sometimes in
subscribe.
between, in fact, I forget what Sagar is talking and I keep looking at the chat because there is so much interesting things going on. So, thank you so much. Many times I won't be able to reply to each of the messages, but I try to follow as much as possible. So, thanks for being there. And let's be there tomorrow for
Tomorrow, very interesting
Anish.
day. Anish will be playing against Wesley So, and Wesley will be trying to make a comeback. Same goes for Magnus Carlsen, who suffered his first blow of this event against Nepo. He has to beat him. And in case both of them are successful, then we'll have the tie breaks. Otherwise, one of the players will go through. So let's see you guys tomorrow and for another fun-filled session of chess. Bye bye. Take care.